Riley Cooper, I mean, like, that dude deserves a statue. I mean, like,
number one on your speed dial.
Hey, I'll tell you what, like, I mean, I didn't know until a couple days after the fact. I was like, wait a minute, is he the MVP or like we got the all-tournament team?
No doubt about it.
And then Ty Floyd, when I struck out 17, and like stole it from him. But I was like, when has a pitcher like been a part of like 5 of the 6 wins in Omaha? I mean, what a performance!
Coach, it's great to meet you.
Thanks, Troy.
Thank you for the time. Yes, sir.
Sharp a little late, boys, at the spring game, obviously, as you can see. Couple of booze cruises here to do. Let's fit. Cruise. Grand salami to the boys. Finally back on track. And I got another one coming. Don't you think I don't? And that's how we roll in Tiger Stadium.
Just watching the spring games that were on television, one thing that jumped out about your squad is your quarterback room is very talented compared to a lot of the league and a lot of the country. I wonder, is it easier to recruit that position when you have talent or when you don't have talent? Coach Kelly, we're official.
Finally, get a chance to meet you. Thought I had to get a private audience with the Pope. There's Jordy.
Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. Yeah, you see the notification, we about to go live. We got all your favorite guests, we got them in line. It's the Jordy Culotta Show, come have a good time.
Tearing up, answering the question, and I thought, my gosh, if she gets offered this job, she's going to take it.
It's just a crazy, fun time at LSU right now. Isn't this what everybody loves?
From the boot to the east to the west coast, no matter where we at, we live. Open up the phone lines, come and join the show. Make sure you tell your friends about Jordy Culotta Show. Yeah.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right.
Big day. Big day.
Nice start.
It's the Jordy Culotta Show. Come have a good time.
Coach, it's great to meet you.
Thanks, Troy.
Thank you for the time. Welcome into a Friday edition of the Jordy Culotta Show, live here from our Click Here digital campus on this Friday. Make sure and hit that like button, share button, comment button as we appreciate you starting your weekend here with us. We got a jam-packed show on our Southern Regional Medical phone lines this morning. We are going to talk to winner of number 700 in her career last night in front of a rowdy PMAC. And an 82-64 win for the Lady Tigers over Virginia Tech. We're going to talk to Coach Kim Mulkey coming up here at 7:30 this morning. What an environment. We'll also talk about last night's win and Angel Reese returning, celebrating her 1,000th rebound in pregame as she got out to another double-double last night as the Tigers pick up a top 10 victory. So we'll talk to Coach Mulkey. We're going to talk to Ben Mintz and get the weekend winners here going into championship weekend as the SEC title game is set up between Alabama and Georgia. We'll ask Mintz who he likes there. We'll also get his picks for tonight's Pac-12 championship game, which will feature Bo Nix and Michael Penix, who he likes in the Heisman Trophy. Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors in the building last night. Place went nuts when they showed those two, so we'll talk all about that during the 8 o'clock hour. We are going to be joined by Coach David Semino of Central High School as he's going to come through here with a couple of Wildcats who are being recruited catch us up on the high school football season. Those guys lost a heartbreaker last Friday night to Dutchtown right at the end. So Dutchtown tonight is in their first ever state semifinal in the history of the program. They are playing for a trip to the Superdome on the line tonight versus Zachary in a 5A showdown here in South Louisiana. Some other games of note: Catholic High taking on Rummel. So they got some good games locally with a lot on the line that we'll talk a little bit about. Speaking of high school football, a huge commitment last night for LSU as Keylan Moses pulls the LSU hat. This one seems like it's going to stick for the Moses family as Keylan and U-High tonight in the state semifinals as well. They're in a big one. Stewie, who do they have tonight? Do you remember? Let me find that.
I think it's like St. Charles.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, SEC?
It is.
St.
St. Charles Catholic.
That's who we beat in the state championship. No big deal.
Lloyd is here. Stewie is here. Live here on this Friday. Lloyd, you were in the Maravich Center last night.
I was.
Huh?
It was.
Wasn't it awesome?
It was awesome.
Non-stop entertainment is. I mean, I don't
mean
this disrespectful. Oh, Will Wade's going to be here at 8:00 too. Salute to the general.
Willie the guns. Willie the kid.
That's right.
Jordy had Will Wade on this morning
In the trench coat,
Yeah.
cowboy hat, blinging those blue eyes,
Ma'am.
in the cowboy hat.
How you doing, ma'am?
Howdy, partner.
6-2 are the Pokes right now. Coach Wade will be back on the sideline.
Got a big future on the Pokes.
For McNeese. Big one. They're rolling.
Plus 100,000.
We'll take it.
Throw $1 on anything. You give
Slick
me
Willie he'll be glad to hear that.
Absolutely. I'll believe in my guy.
But last night, first off, the Maravich Center, non-stop entertainment.
It was, you couldn't get out your seat.
It was almost like an NBA game with as much entertainment.
Those dogs need to learn how to catch a Frisbee, though.
What about the guy throwing the Frisbee?
I think he was
That was
panicked a
the
little bit.
entertainment.
Yeah, he was struggling. I mean,
nervous.
he was trying to. So that's a big environment for a dog to get into. But
Lights are bright down there.
That's right, especially when you can't see color. How about the guy shooting the halftime? Smooth as silk, the free throw,
Ooh,
the layup,
Coach.
free throw, dude.
Knocking the three down.
The
at
clock was running
buzzer.
down. He takes a dribble and he lines it up and just holds the finish. I was like, this man is about to make all three.
I mean, he
looked
was
good.
As soon as he let it go, I was like,
McMahon,
that's
are
him.
you watching?
But overly impressed with the environment. I mean, it was a late tip first. Weather was terrible. Just as far as like kind of getting out,
Windy.
driving, windy, raining. I mean, it's just not fun as far as the weather goes. But glad we took that one in because first off, a really solid college basketball game between Virginia Tech and LSU. The first half really back and forth between both sides.
Little feel it out.
And then in the second half, LSU was able to come out and just dominate as Michaela Williams got going. She had 20 last night. She was 9 of 15 from the field. She also had 5 assists on the night. Anissa Morrow and the Tigers, as Anissa Morrow had her 4th double-double of the season, the 3rd in a row. She had 19 and 15 last night. And I was telling you guys coming into the season, after watching them practice a couple of times over the summer, the most impressive thing I had seen from this group early on was Anissa Morrow's ability to make shots. And she is a bucket when she's able to set up, and you can see that Mulkey gives her the green light. We'll talk to Coach Mulkey about, how she handles Morrow, because some of the shots that she takes are probably unconventional from the sideline that you're kind of like, no. But
yes.
I mean, she just, she buries it, and very impressive last night. I thought her defense was very solid. She played really high on both ends of the floor.
Her rebounding is what really kind of sealed the deal for LSU and got them on that run in the second half, was where Virginia Tech is used to getting a lot of second chance shots, and between her and Angel Reese, great time for her to come back. They were just all over the boards to where it led to a lot of early runouts for LSU, and second chance points that Virginia Tech is used to getting, they just didn't have that opportunity, because if you have Angel Reese and Anissa Morrow, I think that was their best game together that they've played. I know you've got a small sample size with Angel Reese, but she came out early and often, and that was the Angel Reese you expected to get this year, where she's got to play 100% on both ends to impact the game the way that she can. And her rebounding combined with Anissa Morrow, and then you can kick it out to Michaela Williams. LSU is loaded, loaded on just with talent. Like Haley Van Lith didn't score until the second half.
Right. She didn't have to.
She didn't have to. She's still figuring out a way to facilitate a little bit. But when LSU is not at the peak of its powers yet. And when they get there, it is going to be scary.
You can feel themselves still kind of working themselves into rhythm and where everybody fits in. And, getting Angel back last night on the floor.
They got her going early.
Yeah, right. You could tell it did a lot for everyone else because of the work that she's able to do on the glass and underneath. And that really helps out Morrow as well, and she's a threat down there as a rebounder too. So offensively, this team feels like LSU football. They have scorers and weapons that they can unleash from just about anywhere. When Michaela Williams gets going like she was on last night, there was like a Kobe Bryant feel to that, where she just like dribbles down,
triple threat,
takes catches, sweeps it, squares you up, 2 dribbles between the legs, straight up, straight down, and doesn't even hit the rim, and like backpedaling down the court.
Was going back on defense.
There was a guy sitting in front of us who you could tell like this guy has watched a lot, just an old LSU basketball fan, had been to a ton of games. He goes to men's games, women's games, high school games. This guy just loves to watch basketball. Right? You could just tell by the way he was like talking throughout the first half of the game. And when Michaela Williams got going in the second half, and she went on about a 3-sequence run where she came down and just bang, 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 and just buried them. And with an air of confidence of feed me, get me the rock, get out of the way. I'm about to take this game over. And he was like, wow, that is, he hadn't seen that since Simone. Speaking of, Simone's going into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame, deservedly so. But when she gets going like that, as smooth and as confident and as just relaxed and poised. Early in the game, I was kind of thought like Mulkey was a little too, she kind of pulled her in and out of the game too much, but you got to let her get into a rhythm. And you saw once she caught the rhythm, that was impressive.
That's a testament to Michaela to be able to do that, to not really have a feel or get comfortable in the game, and then as soon as you get inserted, to be like, all right, as a freshman, to have the confidence to be able I know I can take over at any time is impressive for what. And then they even give her the ball at the top of the key now, to run down the first half. She was dribbling it down to 10 seconds and tried to, get the last shot, and
she's finding her way.
Yeah, gave Virginia Tech with 5 seconds left, but you could tell that she is going to be that player for LSU when it comes to crunch time. She's going to be the one with the ball in her hands.
And Flaugier has improved,
unsung hero,
incredibly between years 1 and 2. You talk about confident, the ability to handle the ball. I think she may end up being the primary ball handler on this team when it's all said and done. I think they're still trying to figure that out. We'll talk to Coach Mulkey about that when she comes here in 15 minutes after last night's win. But great environment, great atmosphere. LSU wins over a top 10 opponent, as it was impressive to see LSU, especially in the second half, with the way that they came out and handled that win in an 82-64 win over Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech is a pretty impressive team. The back and forth between Georgia Amore, the point guard, and Haley Van Lith. Van Lith was having a tough time of keeping Amore in front of her.
But she gave 110.
What's that?
Van Lith was on her defensively, but Amore was just on offensively. You could tell it became personal. It was like a back and forth affair between two. And once Van Lith kind of got going offensively, she was going at her. And it was just, you could tell Van Lith has that that edge to her. Like, whether she's playing well or not offensively, she's the one.
Yeah, she's still in it.
Yeah, she was locked in defensively, but Amore was just playing. I mean, it's the same point guard that they had in that Final Four run, and you can tell that Van Lith is placating a little bit to everybody on the team, which, as a first-year point guard, that's what you're supposed to do. She's quick to catch and throw, but you can tell at some point she's going to insert herself where there's going to be stretches where Van Lith gets going, like you saw last night. She hits a big three, goes down and lays one off the glass, and kind of got going a little bit where Flau'jae's probably the glue to this team, but Haley Van Lith is going to be an X factor at some point. They just have scores everywhere.
25 points last night for Amore, 7 points for Van Lith after last night's win, and Amore might be the best point guard in the country. I mean,
find me a better one.
I mean, seriously. She was playing backyard basketball last time. It was kind of like driveway basketball.
You could tell she was in total control of that Virginia Tech team. Like
Caitlin Clark still exists.
Is she a point guard?
Yes.
Is she?
She's pretty much there.
No, she's the primary handler.
Yeah. Give her the ball and move out the way.
Yeah. She'll shove you down if not.
But it was impressive, man. We'll talk to Coach Mulkey coming up here in about 12 minutes on the show. Last night, Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors very wisely showed up at a nationally televised broadcast on ESPN when they showed Daniels, when they showed Malik Neighbors inside of the arena. They were there with J.R. Belton and Sherman Wilson, which, by the way, Sherman Wilson, the praise that Jaden Daniels gave him, I saw in a write-up, and I want to make sure and be able to credit the write-up where it was written, but there was a quote from Jaden Daniels talking about the relationship between Sherman Williams and Daniels that really it has meant so much to Daniels, why he has here. I said Sherman Williams. Sherman
I was
Wilson.
Going to say, ask now, ask how.
Right. Sherman Wilson. Who is a Louisiana native, a guy that is from New Orleans and has meant a ton in the background of not only recruiting, but once the guys get on campus, once the guys get to LSU, into the program, an incredible job of building relationships, of making sure and getting to know people, understanding, what makes people tick, and making sure the experience at LSU is top flight. He is labeled as a recruiting specialist, and that kind of sounds like someone who wears multiple hats, right? Does multiple jobs, and if you ask recruits, if you ask guys who are some of the names that are instrumental in recruiting, right? We always hear Jordan Arsema, right? His name always kind of pops up when you talk to recruits. Sherman Wilson is another name that if you pay attention, it doesn't take people very long to get to. And you can see that Jaden Daniels, who was sitting right next to Wilson last night as they were, kind of set up as it was Sherman Wilson, Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, and J.R. Belton. You could see the trust and the relationship that those two guys have. So, when you think about LSU football and you think about the machine and the size and scope of the program, some of the names that we don't even think about, some of the positions that you don't even imagine exist, some of the roles that, don't even you take into account on has to happen every single day for the, just the wheel to spin, are some of those types of guys. And Sherman Wilson is someone who I know when you talk to people around LSU football, when that write-up was making its, and I'm looking at Sherman Wilson, right, his Twitter account right now, and he has the write-up of when Jaden Daniels talks about his relationship with Wilson on his account, and I'm going to track down the source of it so I can make sure and give.
I think it came from the LSU Gold,
really,
right, where it was like an auditory or like a video medium that they put in words.
Here it is, LSUsports.net. So it did. It came from LSUsports.net, and
It's
it
like
was
a press release kind of thing.
And it was, what's that?
It's like a press release. Or
Yeah, I think they put what was said in LSU Gold, and they just typed it out.
Jaden Daniels talked about his relationship with recruiting specialist Sherman Wilson, and he says, he's behind the scenes, but he's like my right-hand man. Being around him, I kind of got back into my faith more, always giving glory to God. He died on the cross for us. Anything is possible with him. Coming back out here, trying to figure out my life, I wanted to stop trying to put so much pressure on me and just give everything to God, letting him take care of it. In a large part of the reason why Daniels has been playing so free, this is more of it. But that was his quote talking about Wilson, and Sherman has that quoted on his Twitter page, his social media page. And when you talk to people around LSU football, I know a lot of people are they feel good that Wilson's getting a lot of credit, and not credit but just being recognized for what he does, because he does a ton behind the scenes of just making sure the experience for these players and things that are sold, told, and recruiting stay in fact true when they pull up, when they get to Baton Rouge. So it was good to see those guys in the building last night, and when they showed them, the top absolutely went off of the Maravich Center, and it was good to see that. And hopefully they got a lot of national TV run to keep them both in the conversation of the national awards that they are tracking. But it was a great scene last night.
And it was just cool to see the relationship between the two. Like Malik and Jayden were eating it up.
Yeah,
they were just having a good time together, which is, it feels a little bit Joey Jamar, where it's like, you need me, I need you. Obviously, they won't end up on the same team together, but what they've done for each other,
they could,
through this final run for LSU football.
Somebody's got 2 picks.
Jayden and Malik. Yeah, that's true.
The Chicago though.
Bears have they have Charlotte's pick.
Yeah, it was like
Charlotte,
the first and like the
Carolina.
3rd pick.
What planet are you on? Del Curry's gonna roll walking out the tunnel.
Wait, have y'all seen the graphic of the last 11 Heisman Trophy winners and like their numbers compared to Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix?
It's comical at this point, dude.
It really is. I mean,
I couldn't find Jaden Daniels on the list because he was at the top of it on every one of them. I
Except,
kept seeing Bo Nix somewhere in the mix.
Completion percentage.
Oh,
because Bo,
Boo, Bo and Boo.
Yeah,
can't spell Boo without Bo. That puttering old man.
It is
getting held to task on the college football playoff. He goes, well,
Bo Nix has 78%.
Like, who fed you that line?
I mean, that is the life preserver.
The intern in the back holding up the card.
Yeah,
just tell him completion percentage.
78%.
Remember, cue card them.
Pac-12 tonight, championship game. Washington,
the last one ever,
and Oregon. The last time. Tomorrow will be the last time you watch the SEC on CBS.
Yeah.
Ever.
SEC is going to be on SEC?
Absolutely. I mean, CBS, the SEC championship. I mean, this is the last time that
roll
CBS.
Vern out.
Yeah, get Vern out here.
He's got, I mean, this is his hometown.
Oh, my gracious.
Good night. Yes.
In your life.
I don't believe it.
Looks for blocking help, gets it.
I mean, Nestler's old.
Alabama.
Nestler sounds old.
Yeah, but they kind of like sound similar.
Yeah, they do.
They're both synonymous with CBS to me at this point. Yeah. Obviously, Danielson is, for better or worse, people.
Homer.
Yeah, he falls in love with Alabama every time. He just loves the quarterback play. But that booth, I'll miss. I'll miss Danielson. I'll miss.
Yeah, right. Yeah, being able to just bitch
Gary.
about it.
I'll miss Vern.
Wait, who's the other guy? Brad Nestler?
Yeah, Nestler, Gary, and Vern.
Damn.
It's always been Gary, right?
Yeah,
it's always been Gary. It's always been
but
Gary.
Todd Blackledge was Blackledge ever?
I don't know. I remember from just like
Gary.
I hear the notes and then I think Gary, Vern, and then I think now Brad and Gary. I don't remember a third party being introduced, but I could be wrong.
I didn't think there was a third. I thought that
like a bridge to Brad.
Right. No, not to Brad, to Gary.
The man before?
Yeah.
I know. I'll always remember Gary because as a 12-year-old, Gary would grind my gears.
He would too. He would. Oh,
and
my
so
goodness.
I just hold a grudge still because it seemed like he just loved Alabama. It felt like, and he loved Tim Tebow.
Loved him.
That was the problem. That's where it started. Then he transited. He never gave LSU the love. We were right there for the picking, and instead he just went Florida straight to Bama. So, just a real bummer.
All right, we're going to talk to Will Wade coming up here in 30 minutes. Make sure to hit that like button, share button, comment button. We're going to talk to Coach Kim Mulkey next here. Stick around. We're going to get on the phone here with Coach Mulkey, talk to her about last night's win, about what it was like to get Angel Reese back on the floor. I got to be honest, I was surprised when they announced her in the starting lineup for last night's game, but she stepped in there, and Angel Reese, just shy of a double-double last night with only 9 rebounds after last night's effort, but really you could feel her presence all night down on the low block and what she meant to have her back. So Coach Kim Mulkey next here on the Jordy Culotta Show, as always, brought to you by Click Here Digital, live here on the Click Here Digital campus and helping you out with your digital marketing plans. Remember, online at clickheredigital.com. And if you want a direct contact, you can email me, Jordy, at clickheredigital.com, helping you set Google ads, helping you with your Facebook marketing, with your content, and consultation. All of it right here at Click Here Digital, online, clickheredigital.com. We'll be right back with Coach Kim Mulkey next.
Now I'm focused on getting deposits. Evil in the way, now I'm just driving around it. They said I need a soul searching, I already found it. I unlocked my other side, now I'm sounding astounded. Drive by and let it ride like a whip in a Tesla. Pressure never fazed me cause I'm bigger than pressure.
If you're in the market for a mortgage lender, you need to start with Doug Bickley and his team. Bickley has built a crew with over 50 years of combined lending experience. They've been in business for over 20 years, and they love helping their clients achieve the American dream of home ownership. They're also key with working in real estate agents and helping their clients getting same-day pre-approval. They average about 1 buyer a day getting them in a home. If you want to get in touch with Doug and his crew, it's easy. Call them 225-214-5154. 225-214-5154. Go see the Bickley team today. They're located on the corner of Coursey Boulevard and Sherwood Forest right here in Baton Rouge.
What's up?
What's happening?
Chilling with a couple of cool guys. You?
Chilling and watching some tube. Hold on.
Did you do it?
Hold on. Did you do it?
Roof's up.
Hold on.
Roof's up?
Roof's up!
Roof's up!
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Beautiful roof every single time.
True. True.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Head health is incredibly important for our student athletes. One of the best ways we're trying to address concussions is on the front end. We're trying to prevent these before they happen. And a big part of that is speaking to the athletes, letting them know what to expect. Okay, speaking to the parents, what to look out for, talking to the coaches so they know the vital importance. Some of the big things we're looking for with the concussion, which is, a traumatic brain injury, is one, was there a mechanism? Was there an injury that took place that could lead to this? Often a direct blow to the head, a head-to-head hit. If someone's showing signs of concussion, our first step is always to remove them from activity, get them to a place where there's less stimuli, where we can really just sit down and get a feel for the athlete, what they're feeling. We're looking for headache, we're looking for dizziness, any sign that coordination is off, that something's just not right. Get a good evaluation of them to understand what's going on. It's not worth the risk that may be there to kind of ignore it, because there are very serious consequences if we don't treat a concussion properly.
I'm on my grind, bullshit can't fit on my schedule. I'ma do what's best for me, you can keep all your lectures. Spend the summer stacking bread, might be gone to November. Pulling up like Trey Young just to freeze up December. I got niggas on the block like traditional sinners. OGs love me so I hang with traditional winners. I took a break for a minute, I had to go charge up. Had to focus.
Welcome back here, Jordy Culotta Show live here on this Friday morning, heading into the weekend. How about the LSU game last night? 8 o'clock tip-off, rain in the streets. Tiger fans packed the PMAC for a great atmosphere and a fantastic win for the ladies as Coach Kim Mulkey earns her 700th win in an 82-64 win over number 9 Virginia Tech. Everybody showing off last night as we said it felt like LSU football out there with this offense that Coach Mulkey rolls out each night. She joins us here on the morning after a very successful game. I know, Coach, you didn't get home till after midnight, so we appreciate you starting your day off here with us. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Coach, last night was awesome. Tell me what you thought about the matchup going into it, because you could sense in the build-up that this was a Virginia Tech team that very much had your attention.
Well, Virginia Tech was ranked 9th in the country. You know what we faced last year in the Final Four. They still have their 2 big players, Kitley and Moore. My concern was they have been playing together, no injuries. They've had all their pieces since practices have started and games. And obviously my concern was we didn't have Samaya, who's out with an injury. Angel had not been with us. And so my concern was they're going to be a little bit more polished than we are. And yet I just asked them to go out there and do what you do. You're ball players. Compete. And I thought we did. And I thought our defense, it's not a finished product by any means, but I thought the effort, the physicality, just the will to win was very evident last night.
You had so many individual performances last night that stand out, Coach, and I want to talk and start with Anissa Morrow, and not on the offensive end because she's so impressive there, and I think she's the best mid-range shot in the SEC, maybe in the country. She's a walking bucket, but more impressive, I thought, last night was her defense. What'd you think of her performance last night?
Anissa, she's so deceptively quick. If you watch her play, she plays so hard. She's an undersized post player that can get her shot off against the bigs. But the impressive thing for me watching her play for us is she can go guard the big post players and pull the chair out from under them, basically. She's not going to let them bury her deep. And quick in the game, she had to go guard Kitley, the big kid, for Virginia Tech, and she did exactly what she does. She just moves and got a lot of steals before she could bury her deep, and she's just a young lady that brings a lot of energy. She moves, she runs the floor. She's yet to just light it up from the 3, but she's certainly capable.
And then Coach Michaela Williams, the run she got on in the second half where she went on the sequence where she came in front of the bench and was just knocking down these pull-up jumpers. She's as smooth of a scorer and a freshman that I have seen since Simone Augustus, who I know yesterday was announced into the Basketball Hall of Fame. What do you see in this freshman when you watch and continue to watch her grow here early on?
You see a young lady that can just elevate and just put a shot up right in your face. Not many girls can do that. Mm-hmm. You see strength. You see a young lady who enjoys the game. Tremendous passer, and you just really haven't been able to see that yet because she scores so much for us. She's one of those young ladies that when her career is over, she's going to break many, many records because she's getting to play significant minutes as a freshman starting. I took her out a couple of times there early in the game, trying to make her understand the value of the ball. And like a lot of freshmen, she values it, but she's so good. She thinks she's just going to get it back easily on the other end, but just easy to coach. you don't take those kind of kids for granted. And I've made sure throughout my career that when she does do something spectacular, you make sure you recognize it, because not many girls can do some of the things she can do.
You were double fist pumping and high fiving Lily Del Rosario when she came in and out of the game last night. She gave you some real quality minutes in some extended action.
Absolutely, she did. And Aaliyah is a big presence for us. She's a kind person, and I tell her all the time, I don't want you on that floor playing like a Kia. I want you to play like a Mack truck. And she had good minutes, and she's going to have to get minutes now because of Samaya's injury.
Coach, and I thought Angel Reese last night in her first game back, she was recognized before the game for her accomplishment of 1,000 rebounds, and then last night not only did she start, she played a lot of minutes after some time away. What did you make of your All-Americans performance?
I think she just picked up where she left off. You wouldn't know that she hadn't been with us. I thought you saw her energy, her excitement, her ability to excite a team. She just loves playing the game, and she's the Angel that we all know, and nothing surprised me about her last night. It was good to have her back.
And then, Coach, your point guard, everybody they couldn't wait to see the relationship you and Van Lith were going to have on the court, and you can see she's trying to find her way. What do you see when you see her playing here early on?
The first thing I will tell you about her and Flage, those were their heroes last night. Mm-hmm. Van Lith is learning a new position. She's not completely healthy. She has plantar fasciitis, and that child guarded Amore pretty much by herself the whole second half. And just toughness. She can score at any time. I can move her to the off guard, and Poa can go to the point, and she can score more. But Haley's trying to be the coach out there. She's trying to learn the point guard position, share the ball, and then on the other end, we're trying to ask her to guard the best perimeter player, or maybe the best player for Virginia Tech. And she probably, in her mind, doesn't think she played a good game because she's so used to scoring many points throughout her career at the off guard. But in order for Haley to make a team in the WNBA and to play pro ball, I just think she's got the right mindset that I need to learn this point guard position as well. I thought Flage was outstanding. Yes. She has been. It's not about scoring points. Flage now is developing her all-around game, her ability to defend, block that kid's shot on the perimeter, gets in there and fights for rebounds with Morrow and Reese. She's just growing by leaps and bounds as well.
I was going to say on Flage, I mean, her improvement between year 1 and 2 is so evident here early on in the season, and you can just you can feel her confidence. It's contagious to the rest of the team out there.
Absolutely, and I think she's starting to understand the value of having an all-around game. A lot of times when you get freshmen that have scored a lot of points in high school, they think that's what their game is about. I've had a terrible game if I don't score. I've had a terrible game if I don't get shots up. And Flage got to play many minutes last year because we didn't have much depth, and it's helped her so much. SEC Freshman of the Year. And now I've challenged her, when your shot's not falling or you don't get enough shots, hey, we've got a lot of guys on this team that can score the ball. Go do something else. And she 15 rebounds against Virginia, and then last night what she did defensively and in rebounding, take care of the ball. She's just really, really the ultimate team player right now, but also just knowing how that feels, how good it feels.
I never worry about your teams defensively. Your teams always perform on that end of the floor. This team, Coach, offensively, you had Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbor sitting about 5 rows behind you last night, and offensively you feel a lot like the LSU football team on an offensive standpoint. Y'all have a ton of firepower. What do you make of just your team and the threats you have on that side of the floor?
Well, I've said from the beginning, I said we can score the ball. And what we have, 84, 85, and we really didn't shoot the ball very good in the first quarter. And you're out there for the first time in 4 games with Angel Reese back. Can you imagine when it really is flowing and when it really, really gets better? All of them are very confident and can score the ball. And kudos to Neighbors and Daniels. We love those guys, love watching them play. You want to talk about improvement. Jaden Daniels, my gosh, watched that kid last year, and he'd not throw the ball and look down the field much. He'd take off and run. And then to watch him this year and his improvement and finding his receivers and staying in the pocket, it's just I'm so proud of him, and I'm pulling for him to win the Heisman. And Neighbors makes his job easier. I think all quarterbacks will tell you we got to take care of our offensive linemen first and then the skill position players.
Amen. You going to start charging admission for these press conferences?
How about that? You need to come sometime. They're entertaining, aren't they?
They are. They are. Just don't call me out like you've been calling everybody else out. Like, I'm on your side.
First time here, Jordy?
I've been here since the beginning, I promise.
Jordy, I hadn't called anybody out by name. I don't take it personal. I just wish some of them wouldn't take it personal when they don't get the answers that they want. And just know this about old Mulkey. She's hard-nosed. Those kids run through a wall for me because they know I have their back. They don't always agree with my decision-making, but I'm never going to throw kids under the bus. And I don't care what generation this is. I don't care how much NIL money you have. There's a point where you have to realize this is still college athletics. It's not pro.
I thought Angel handled the press conference last night beautifully. It was great, and you could
certainly she did. As I told them the day before in my press conference that she would be here and she would answer things. It was amazing. They didn't ask her too much, did they?
That's right. Congratulations on 700, Coach. That atmosphere was great last night, right? 8:00 tip, raining. You had to be impressed with your fans.
Absolutely. I thanked him on the radio after the game. It was a rainy night, 8:00 game on national television. You could have stayed home and been lazy and watched, but they came out, and our students, goodness, lined up since 1:00. I read one of them lined up since 1:45 to get a good seat, and it was an outstanding atmosphere for a non-conference game in November. And just so proud of everybody that values what we're doing here.
Last one, I promise I'll get you out of here. How do you handle this break now? Now it's exams, and I think the next time we see you on the floor is December 10th. What do you do at this time away?
They'll have the weekend off. The players will have the weekend off, and then we will work around their final schedule next week. With the understanding that all of them need to, make their grades and do good. But the schedule allows us to get better with time on the floor and practice. And boy, do we need it because I don't think you've seen the best of us yet. Well, I know you've not seen the best of us yet. And we just hope Samaya gets well. She'll have her surgery here right around Christmas time, and you hate to ever see injuries because they can really devastate a team. But Samaya will get her year back, and she'll do just what she did out of high school. She had the same surgery on the other knee in high school, and she'll be back and be better.
Congratulations on 700, Coach. Last night was awesome. We'll see you soon.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you for this morning. There she is, Coach Kim Mulkey, checking in after last night's 82-64 win over Virginia Tech. Tigers on a long break here with exams. They'll be back on the floor versus UL on December 10th inside the Maravich Center. That'll be a Sunday 2:00 tip-off, as last night was really cool watching that win and LSU come together. You can sense it with them on the floor. It may take a little bit, but once they get rolling, they will be a scary, scary matchup. I can't wait to see. January 25th, I believe, South Carolina comes into town.
Pot.
Oh, you could better believe it.
I'm sure
they're good too, though.
Oh, of course, but I'm sure they were.
And that freshman fell off. The freshman, I was like,
I know.
Yeah,
I watched them against North Carolina the other night. She didn't
play a lot. Dawn
struggling.
Staley was like, make shots. That's somebody else's minutes.
That conversation brought to you by our friends over at A-Bears Fine Specialty Meats. Remember, A-Bears located in Prairieville and Geismar, off the exit over there at Highway 73. Also here in Baton Rouge and Robert's in the grocery store off of Highland Road if you want to stop and pick up. If you're thinking of Christmas specials and you're already thinking of the menu, turducken, turkeys. If you're thinking about Christmas gift ideas, we remind you about the gift cards over at A-Bears. For every $100 you spend, A-Bears will step up and give you a $25 gift card for free. So if you want to knock out employees, big family, a lot of family members, these are great gift ideas for our friends over at A-Bears. Check them out off Highway 73 in Prairieville, or located right here in Baton Rouge off Highland Road inside of Robert's grocery store is where you can find them as well. Merry Christmas from A-Bears, and they remind you, stop in and pick up some great gift ideas with their gift cards. As you for every $100 you spend, they'll spend $25 on you with a $25 gift card. We should have Ben Mintz at some point here. Mintz, I know, is running for he's running for charity.
I thought you say for president.
He could, Ole Miss student body.
Yeah. Student body left.
He's
student
still
body
in
right.
it.
Still got
Still
got eligibility.
Still got a year eligibility.
Still flashing his
student ID.
COVID year.
Like been this from 1992.
He sat in the student section at the Egg
You're
Bowl.
older than I am.
Ben, I think my dad went to school with you. He did.
You did.
Remember your dad.
Hey, it's hard to generally study everything. You know, gotta
It is.
It's a lot of.
That's why I did 8 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of.
Never took a semester off.
Love it here.
That's right.
As long as that check
It's
cashes.
like Van Wilder.
Yes.
Part of the welcome committee.
What do you mean student loans? I have to pay these back? Not if I keep going.
Hop aboard, kid. Let me show you a free
Let me
speech
show you
alley.
something.
Yeah. Right.
They pay me here. I'm a tenured
Sure, you got a little
professor.
duck off in the in the quad.
I'm like Bunny Cannon. I'm an ambassador. They keep me on the payroll. I saw Bunny last night.
show you that alley in the quad, dog.
You can't smoke out here.
So
Shut up.
I can.
Yeah.
They pay me to smoke.
I'm
out here.
grandfathered in. I went to school here when you could smoke cigarettes on the curb.
In class.
That's right.
Like the guy on the plane.
Like the guy on the plane.
Man, just
What?
what are you talking about, dog?
Bro, I'm
Fired up at my kid's delivery.
We can smoke here.
Came out the womb with a cigarette.
8 o'clock, we're going to talk to Will Wade. Wade's still not on the sideline with the Pokes, but the Pokes rolling here with Coach Vern Hamilton. We'll ask him how that's going. I'm sure that's got to be enjoyable to watch the games with Wade.
Oh, you've been there. I was about to ask you, what do you think he's doing for these
Oh, my
sketches?
God.
In the dark.
Batman in the cave.
Miserable, dude. On mute.
You gotta hit the back cut. Hit the back cut.
I know you're getting my text messages.
Uncomfortably quiet. I mean, just
It's like watching a football game with Peyton Manning. Like just getting mad
Time
at
out,
like
time out,
every
time out.
little.
Get a timeout.
like,
Get a timeout. What are we doing?
we got to take
did
that three.
he speak? Did he even say anything when he was watching the game?
not much. Not much. It was,
Like watching surgery?
yes.
Shut
It was
up.
very just kind of
And what about shut up?
small emotion. You know, like,
But a lot of emotion pent up.
you know, it was never anything like
It's an arena.
vocal. I mean,
I'm
by halftime, it was enough. You know what I mean? I was like,
tension is palpable.
I'm good.
I'm about to explode.
I'm
Coach.
good.
I
I gotta go eat. I gotta get out of here. Big recruiting news last night. 4-star.
Wait, you should take one of these.
Linebacker, running back, athlete. I guess that's how he's labeled, right?
Yeah,
Stewie,
I
athlete.
think he's rated as a linebacker though.
Is he?
I want to say he is.
Keylan Moses, big one last night for LSU. Coming off the heels of Shone Washington, the JUCO defensive tackle. It's good to see LSU starting to make some moves on the defensive side of the ball. Keylan Moses pledged last night to the Tigers as he is a part of this class of 2025. Remember, you'll see Bryce Underwood commit on January 6th. You also have Harlan Berry coming up here in, I believe it's like mid-December.
I think it might be like December
12th,
Yeah,
13th, or somewhere up in there, where he is going to make his announcement. Berry, the number one running back in the country out of New Orleans, and Bryce Underwood, the number one prospect / quarterback in the country, it will be committing on January 6th with all signs pointed towards LSU.
I got those two confused. Bryce Underwood and Harlan Berry.
What?
On the commitment dates. Because
Harlan Berry's the 18th.
Yeah, Harlan Berry's January 18th.
No, December 18th.
December 18th.
And Underwood is January 6th.
That's right.
Never forget.
But big news last night.
Yeah.
If you get all three.
The linebacker.
Which I think you will.
I just want to say the linebacker recruiting has been pretty good. Like the last 2 years. These last 2.
And even like this one.
Yeah.
Davhon Keys.
Exactly. Like these 2 linebacker classes have been pretty good. So, I mean, I don't know if that's a part of the keeping Matt House deal because he is the linebacker coach and he probably.
Where'd you hear they were keeping house?
Like, hey, look, I didn't
thought
hear
they were cleaning house.
Yeah, right?
No, there'll be no defensive changes at all per the Culotta show.
I'm about to get a thread on Tiger Droppings.
Yep.
Stewie from the Culotta show says
I did get some good emails from some Tiger Droppings listeners yesterday, including my guy Roy. And
he outed himself.
Jordy, I started yesterday's Tiger Droppings thread. Listen to you daily. Hook me up with some merch. Love the show. Roy, P.S. Fuck B Loop.
Loop.
With you. We also had some other. I got another email yesterday from a Tiger Droppings listener, Mr. Walking Man. What's up, Jordy? Appreciate the shout out on the show this morning. Been listening to y'all since the UDL days. Really enjoy the show. Happy to rep y'all down here in the ninth circle of Tiger Droppings hell. We have operatives everywhere fighting the good fight. Hit your boy up with some merch. Let me rally the troops on the South Shore. And be sure to pass along the best regards to the General tomorrow. Salute. Boot up, Mr. Walking Man.
Speaking of merch, we got some
merch coming your way. Yes.
We got some new merch that we should throw up there.
Stewie, you have that? You got the link to the store? To the new store?
Jordy.itemorder.com.
I'd have to send it to myself.
I can send it to you right here. What's the best way to do that?
Email.
We'll
get you some merch.
We do have the new logo available.
This one.
A part of our new merch store. So if you want to check that out, we will get that over to you here, where you can check and you can shop the new merch store with the new logo. We'll put that up and get to the 8 o'clock hour and come back with Will Wade is going to be here with us in the 8 o'clock hour. We're also going to talk to David Semino from Central High School is going to be through here. He's got a couple of guys who he is he's proud of after their first season over in Central. He's going to be through here at 8:30 this morning. And then Shea Dixon is going to stop by at 9 a.m. We're going to go a little extended cut today. And we'll talk recruiting for an extra 30 minutes here. We'll probably be here until about 9:30 this morning with Shea. Big weekend in recruiting. Gabe Relaford in town on an official visit. Keylan Moses committed last night.
Stay home, Gabe.
Bryce Underwood coming up, but more importantly, what's the message on the trail from the LSU staff? All of that we will ask Shea Dixon coming up 1 hour from now as we will go a little past 9 a.m. here on this Friday. If you are watching here for the first time, if you're back watching and you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure and hit that subscription button for us. And if you are looking for when we go live to be notified, all you got to do is hit that bell. So check out that bell, and we will make sure you'll know when we go live here on the show. All right, we'll get you the store for the new merch. I'll be sending out some new merch to the Tiger Droppings faithful out there who's got our back.
I just need that backpack.
As we appreciate it. That backpack looks great.
That backpack is.
Telling you. The merch looks fantastic. All right, come back with us. Hour 2 next here. Jordy Culotta Show.
Hi, I'm Gordon McKernan. Everyone has a special Christmas memory. One of mine is when I woke up on Christmas morning, ran down the stairs, and there it was, a brand new red bicycle.
That is why this Christmas, Gordon McKernan is giving away over 425 bicycles throughout the state of Louisiana.
To register, please fill out a form online at GordonGives.com or GetGordon.com. And make sure to visit the Get Gordon Facebook page for additional details and chances to win.
From all of us here at Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, Merry Christmas and God bless.
Offensive player of the game from LSU, Joe Burrow.
Football is life.
Let's finish strong. Let's smell greatness from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Red Stick Sports, a local staple in Baton Rouge to all sports fans, was founded back in 1981 and has remained a family business for over 40 years. Today, they still have the great selection on the floor, but they're also a leader in custom apparel for businesses, sports teams, and other groups. Take it from us, everybody over here at FM Digital Media. They help us out with all of our apparel. Let them help you out today. Go ask for Cody over at Red Stick Sports. Check him out online at redsticksports.biz.
The Jordy Culotta Show is brought to you by A-Bears Lawn Maintenance. Commercial or residential, A-Bears Lawn Maintenance is ready to work. A-Bears can tackle all your homeowners association requirements. Call Blake at 225-485-8022. A-Bears Lawn Maintenance.
In a wreck, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys is ready to go to work for you. Come meet your team.
I'm your intake specialist. I coordinate your case and connect you with your attorney and paralegal.
That's us, your legal team.
Thanks.
And we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve.
I'm your settlements and disbursement manager, and I'm here to get you paid on time.
I'm attorney Gordon McKernan. Put our team to work today. Just call us. Get it done.
Hey Tiger fans, when you're traveling through Natchez, Mississippi, make sure to visit Tom and Wright Granning at Go Mart and On The Go Deli, where you can fill up your tank and your belly. Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need on your trip. Located at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left. Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff, where the Po' Boys are so good you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
All right, buddy. Make it a good shot.
Oh, yeah.
Sticking the roof in.
For a hole in your roof, or a whole new roof, go roof. Roof, roof, go roof.
Hey, Greg, the roof up?
Roof's up. Roof's up. Roof's up.
Roof's up?
Roof's up.
Roof's up! Beautiful roof every single time.
True. True.
Well, the Auctioner Andrews Sports Medicine Institute collaborative effort was an idea from Dr. Andrews and myself to bring together two great names, the Andrews name and the Auctioner name, to elevate the quality of care for athletes in the state of Louisiana, where he's from.
I always thought I would come back to Louisiana and practice orthopedics with my subspecialty being sports medicine. This was an opportunity through Auctioners to come back and work the entire state to help develop and take sports medicine to a new level.
As an orthopedic surgeon, what this means in the future in terms of, access for our community to the type of care that Dr. Andrews pioneered, words can't describe how valuable that is.
Auctioner has a great opportunity here to really grow, and Dr. Burnham, of course, is the mainstay of making that happen. If you want to have first-class sports medicine care, check in with Dr. Burnham and his group, and you'll be more than impressed and pleased.
I'm Tom Granick with Go Martin, Wardo's Po' Boys in Natchez, Mississippi. On behalf of the Granick family, we invite you to run, walk, or stroll in the second annual Rudolph Roll. Held on the beautiful Natchez Bluff, this holiday event will kick off at 8 a.m. on December 9th and will include a 10K, 5K, and 1 mile kids fun run. Along with the race, there will be live music, drinks, and of course, po' boys. We're looking forward to an even bigger party this year. For more information, please check out the link on Wardo's Facebook page or scan the QR code. Hope to see y'all there.
deposits. Evil in the way, now I'm just driving around it. They said I need a soul searching, I already found it. I unlocked my other side, now I'm sounding astounded. Drive by and let it ride like a whip in a Tesla. Pressure never fazed me, cause I'm bigger than pressure. I'm on my grind, bullshit, can't fit on my schedule. I'ma do what's best with me, you can keep all your lectures. Spend the summer stacking bread, might be gone to no.
All right, welcome back here. Jordy Culotta Show is always live on this Friday morning. Make sure to hit that like button, share button, comment button. Rolling through this weekend, heading to Houston, going to watch the Texans play. Derek Stingley sitting up in his suite, watching him after 2 straight interceptions the last 2 weekends. Denver Broncos in town. On our way through, we're going to stop into Lake Charles and watch the Pokes play as they tip off Saturday, 2 p.m. in Lake Charles at the Legacy Center, coming off of a big win versus UAB. Vern Hamilton doing a great job stepping in for the General, as right now the Pokes 6-2 on the season, an incredible start, including wins over VCU, Texas State, and UAB. As we say, they'll play UT Martin on Saturday. Looking forward to stopping in and seeing the crew. Coach Wade is here with us on this Friday morning. Coach, good morning. How are you?
Doing well. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Salute. Good to talk to you. I know
good
that
to hear your voice, Coach.
It is great to hear your voice. Your team right now is playing fantastic, but I know that this is probably a very stressing time for you as you've got to watch them play through the television. What's this start of the season been like?
Well, I got a little experience with that. So
I was telling the crew. I was there.
Do you explain to them how it is to watch a game with me?
Yes.
Highly miserable, right?
Said he left at halftime.
That was the scouting report. I'm out of here.
My wife and daughter left the Louisiana Tech game at halftime at the house. They said, we can't take this anymore.
Do you still watch it on mute?
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Insane asylum.
Oh God.
I watch every game on mute, just about. If I don't watch it on mute, I got to hear Dick Vitale and some of those idiots. So I try to keep it on mute most of the time. But look. I mean, look. My assistants have done a great job. Shoot, they don't want me to come back now. But they've done. Vernon and Chambers have done a phenomenal job. And I mean, look, we got good players. We got a good team. We just got to keep it together and keep it rolling. It's a long season, so nobody remembers how you start, it's how you finish. So we gotta keep making progress and keep pushing forward.
What was it about the start? You've obviously challenged this team with your schedule. What was the trust you had? I mean, what did you see maybe in the offseason? How did you expect them to start the year? Let me put it that way.
Well, I mean, we didn't have much of a choice. We got to raise some money, so anybody who'll pay us, we'll go play them. That's the way it works. But I mean, look, it's hard to win these guarantee games, and we've won 2 of them. And it's really, really difficult to win those games. But I mean, look, listen, both nights I had the best player on the floor. I mean, when you got the kid like we got a kid, Shahade Wells, who transferred from TCU. Before that, he was at Texas Arlington. He was in junior college before that. He's a junior college All-American. I'm good friends with his JUCO coaches. But, look, he averaged 18 a game at Arlington. He averaged 6.5, 7 on a TCU team that went to the NCAA tournament. I mean, he's a difference maker at this level. He's a kid. He would have been our 4th or 5th starter on some of our good teams at LSU. Like, he's that good. And so, I mean, he can really, really play. And when you got him, you got a chance. I was leaving the hotel because I could travel with him, but then I leave the night before. And Vernon, I give him the play card and all the stuff for offense. I was getting on the elevator to go to my rental car and start my drive back to Lake Charles. And Vernon said, "Well, Coach, if we get in a jam tomorrow night, what do we need to do?" I said, "Just get the damn ball to Hade. Tell everybody else to get out of the way. You don't need to worry. Don't worry about any of the stuff on that card. Just get him the ball and tell everybody to move on out of the way." So, they certainly did that. But having him, and if you have a good player, you ride him and get him the ball. And when they produce like he does, he had 36 against UAB. He had 37 earlier this year at Western Carolina. He had 20 plus at VCU. I mean, he's a stud.
And your big fella, Coach, pulling down 20-plus rebounds, right?
Oh yeah, he can rebound. He's one of the best rebounders in the country at 21 rebounds in the game. We threw one off the backboard to him. Remember, like we did at Alabama. Mays did that at Alabama. Or Tremont threw it off the backboard to Mays. Well, my kid Cooper, who's Sharif Cooper's brother, who played at Auburn, he threw the ball off the backboard to Shoemate. I was trying to get him. They gave Cooper an assist. I was trying to get maybe Shoemate an extra rebound, get him the offensive rebound off the missed layup, the assist. But I didn't want to. Cooper had a career high in assists, so we didn't want to mess with the assist. But
I know you're watching so much basketball. What do you make of the league early on? Your league now?
I mean, look, we got some. It's so tough in our league. It's so tough because everybody's out there just getting. You got to go play all these money games, and I don't have to play nearly as many as some of these other teams in the league. I mean, I have to play. Us in Corpus Christi probably have to play half of what everybody else has to play, and so I mean, it's just it's tough to judge because you're just most nights you're pretty outmanned, and it's it's really challenging. I think Southeastern, our league, plays LSU tonight. And New Orleans played at Minnesota last night. I mean, Corpus got a good win at UTEP earlier this week. So I mean, it's really tough to judge the league. Southeastern was picked to win the league. We were actually picked second, and they got a good team. They've got really good point guard. They've got a really good kind of wing, McFarland at the 3-4. They play him all over the place. So, they've got a ton of experience, ton of guys back. So that'll be the team to beat until further notice.
You had to be not impressed, but I mean, happy with the way Omar Cooper stepped up the other night. Was Garcia out?
Yeah, he's been awesome. One of our starters was out at UAB. Shoot, we got another starter we can't get a waiver for, kind of like LSU. But but Coop's been great, man. He's the ultimate just team guy, and he watches as much film as I do. I've watched every minute he's played with him one-on-one that he's played in the game, and he comes up, and first time I watched film with him, Coop's like, "Hey, I'm gonna come and watch film." I'm like, "Okay," and he comes up and he brings a freaking notepad with him. I'm like, "Yeah, what do you got a notepad?" He's like, "I'm taking notes, coach." He takes notes while I sit there and talk to him. I've never had a player do that.
Wow.
And he's just ultra prepared. He gets 3 games from the opponent, from our video coordinator, and watches everything. So he's extremely prepared. And when he gets the opportunity, he's able to take advantage of them.
So are you back to Southern Miss game or the Lafayette game?
The Southern Miss game.
Okay.
So the December 13th game. I got two more games here.
Hell yeah.
2 more games to survive.
In silence.
Then we're roaming around.
Hell yeah. Well, man, the boys
Nothing
are playing
more dangerous.
Boys are playing awesome. Watching them from Baton Rouge, 6-2, a great start. Everybody kind of paying attention and seeing what you got going with the Pokes. Have you reached out to Bill Self and sent him congratulations on his new contract? Good to talk to you, man. I'll see you Saturday.
You guys know I'm a big fan of the Jayhawks. Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Later, man. I'll see you Saturday.
All right. See you guys.
Later,
Thanks.
bro. There he is. Will Wade checking in this morning from Lake Charles.
It's
got the
awesome,
Pokes.
baby.
As the McNeese Pokes off to a 6-2 start. Wade will be back Southern Miss game coming on December 13th. So that'll be a big one. That's going to be right before Bob Marlin comes in with Lafayette. They got beef.
Oh, dude, he should have just waited one more game. It's an arena, by the way.
That's right. Remember, Daily, we're brought to you by Go Roof, online at GEAUXroof.com. Get in touch with Go Roof as you can help them. They can help you with residential or commercial roofing services. If you need maintenance, they can help you out as well at Go Roof. A beautiful roof every single time. 225-927-8300 is the phone number. 927-8300 is the phone number to get in touch with Go Roof. As we said, they'll jump up on a roof today. Look, weather's been terrible. And if you have a leak and you need someone to jump up on the roof, diagnose it, let you know what the problem is, they'll work directly with the insurance company and make sure to take care of that. 225-927-8300. You can count on them for roof repair, roof installation, roof maintenance. Go Roof, GEAUXroof.com. Residential roofing, commercial roofing, roofing repairs. Roofs up with our friends over at Go Roof. A beautiful roof every single time. We'll be right back with more of the show right after this, live from Click Here Digital.
We should go to the McNeese game.
I'm giving them fits. Bounce a bat like John Morant, you know that I'm lit. Making plays like Jack Bash, I'm never gonna sit. Had to be patient, so I waited for the situation. Now that I'm focused, I'ma take it with no hesitation. The hard times that I hated gave me inspiration.
Again, this year, we're giving away bikes all across the state of Louisiana. In fact, this year is a record number. We're giving away 488 bikes. Go to GordonGives.com for more information and details. And look, it's not just me. It's everybody at our company across the state of Louisiana. At Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, we're all participating in this process, and we're so excited to be giving away a little cheer, Christmas spirit, and everything else this time of year. So God bless. Go to GordonGives.com for more details. Merry Christmas, Louisiana.
Okay, Gordon, ready to talk a little bit about yourself today? Okay, good. Tell us, who is Gordon McKernan?
Great question. In a lot of ways, I'm just like most people. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a son. I am a brother. I'm a Christian. I am a Tigers fan. I am a Louisiana sportsman. But above all, I am grateful to the people of Louisiana. We want to be your lawyers for life. Hi, I'm Gordon McKernan. Everyone has a special Christmas memory. One of mine is when I woke up on Christmas morning, ran down the stairs, and there it was, a brand new red bicycle.
That is why this Christmas, Gordon McKernan is giving away over 425 bicycles throughout the state of Louisiana.
To register, please fill out a form online at GordonGives.com or GetGordon.com. And make sure to visit the Get Gordon Facebook page for additional details and chances to win.
From all of us here at Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, Merry Christmas and God bless.
Offensive player of the game from LSU, Joe Burrow.
Football is life. Football is Joe Burrow.
Let's be special. Let's be strong. Let's spell greatness from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
If you're in the market for a mortgage lender, you need to start with Doug Bickley and his team. Bickley has built a crew with over 50 years of combined lending experience. They've been in business for over 20 years, and they love helping their clients achieve the American dream of home ownership. They're also key with working in real estate agents and helping their clients getting same-day pre-approval. They average about one buyer a day getting them in a home. If you want to get in touch with Doug and his crew, it's easy. Call them 225-214-5154. 225-214-5154. Go see the Bickley team today. They're located on the corner of Coursey Boulevard and Sherwood Forest right here in Baton Rouge.
What's up?
What's happening?
Chilling with a couple of cool guys. You?
Chilling and watching some tube. Hold on.
Did you do it?
Hold on. Did you do it?
Roof's up.
Hold on.
Roof's up?
Roof's up!
Roof's up!
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Beautiful roof every single time.
True. True.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Head health is incredibly important for our student athletes. One of the best ways we're trying to address concussions is on the front end. We're trying to prevent these before they happen. And a big part of that is speaking to the athletes, letting them know what to expect. Okay, speaking to the parents, what to look out for, talking to the coaches so they know the vital importance. Some of the big things we're looking for with the concussion, which is, a traumatic brain injury, is one, was there a mechanism? Was there an injury that took place that could lead to this? Often a direct blow to the head, a head-to-head hit. If someone's showing signs of concussion, our first step is always to remove them from activity, get them to a place where there's less stimuli, where we can really just sit down and get a feel for the athlete, what they're feeling. We're looking for headache, we're looking for dizziness, any sign that coordination is off, that something's just not right. Get a good evaluation of them to understand what's going on. It's not worth the risk that may be there to kind of ignore it, because there are very serious consequences if we don't treat a concussion properly.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Daniel Newman can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started today by calling Daniel Newman at 225-261-8262. 225-261-8262. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Click Here Digital, the home of the Jordy Culotta Show. Online at clickheredigital.com. If you're looking to set Google ads, set social media campaigns, learn about SEO, display video, or even creative, Click Here Digital has the answer for you. Online at clickheredigital.com or email me directly, Jordy at clickheredigital.com.
Look in the eyes.
He'll be ready to go as we'll get our list of championship winners here. We're going to talk to David Semino coming up in a couple of minutes as well. As Coach Semino, great time of the year for sports fans if you're out there. High school football in action, state semifinals tonight, as you've got a couple of really good matchups in and around the area, including Zachary and Dutchtown.
State championships next
which
week,
is which is wild to think that Dutchtown is in a state semifinal for the first time in that program's existence, as they'll go up against the heavyweight David Brewerton, bringing over the Zachary Broncos. And my guy, the
Trades Green. Who do you put on him? Jesus Christ.
You need to get
you better bring Landon Collins out of retirement.
Eric Reed. You know what I mean? Need all of them.
You need to do the little rascals, like put two kids in a trench coat. it's to stack up
Coach,
against
he's just toying with people out there.
Because Catholic tried to double him.
They got one play in the red zone, and it's the best play you can run.
Throw it up.
Throw it up.
28.
What would you call? I'd call that play Randy Moss.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Terrence Tolliver.
Yeah. Who? Randy Moss Wright.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of the Florida game because we're going to run it 3 times in a row.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. And shout out to Tyler.
Coach, again, I'm
throw it up.
Give me one.
One
Give
more.
me one. That
Throw
was
it up.
unbelievable. LSU had no plan.
And never threw it.
Inside the 5. Just against Florida, we're going to run this fade for the first time ever. 3 times
They ain't
in a row.
expecting it.
No.
They expecting toss dive.
After we had just done, we were drawing lines on the television. I was at my friend's lake house watching the game, and we had a ruler out on the TV while they were reviewing it for the first time ever on the fake field goal. Whenever they see if it went past the line of scrimmage or not, like it's parallel, and it was probably a 5-minute review.
It was.
And it was just like, oh God.
Let's
get some way. Ain't no fun when Rabbit's got the gun.
Unreal. Jaden Daniels yesterday wins the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award. I think this is a good sign.
It's one or the other.
I think this is a good sign. I mean, the Johnny Unitas Award goes to the best quarterback in the country. It's presented annually to the nation's top quarterback who best exemplifies character, scholastic, and athletic achievement. The Golden Arm Award is one of 3 national awards dedicated to quarterback play. Daniels is a finalist for the other 2, that being the Manning Award and the Davy O'Brien Award. Burrow won the award back in 2019, and Daniels becomes just the 3rd quarterback to win a national award, joining Burrow and, of course, Jamarcus Russell, who won the Manning Award back in 2006. So I believe that this is good. This is pointing in the right direction. This is a sign of what is for Daniels on the horizon, right? I mean, if you're telling me that the best quarterback in the country is Jaden Daniels and the finalists for the Heisman Trophy are 2 quarterbacks, then let's not overthink this thing.
It's either that or a consolation prize.
No way.
One of the two. It's either going to be a clean sweep or...
Well, tonight will tell all the tapes it needs to tell.
God, I can't believe that game's tonight.
I love it. I'm so glad it'll be over.
Yeah, get it done.
Get it done. Get it out the way. Don't let ESPN bless you.
I'm allergic to
That's the
Nicks.
truth. Don't let ESPN get on game day and get the.
This game's inside, right?
Allergic to completion percentage.
It's in Vegas.
Vegas,
Yeah. Well, it's somewhat inside, right?
So it's like an outdoor.
It's like an open
thing?
air type feeling, but the flame never.
You can't
gets
close
out.
it?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about like the surrounding. It's kind of like LA, right?
Yeah,
where
yeah.
like the windows are open type deal. But yeah, indoors. Great turf.
Not enough wind to blow those little 3 and 4 yard dump offs.
Yeah.
But did you see the spread?
What is it?
It's at 10.
Washington?
Oregon?
Oh, Oregon 10.
Oregon minus 10. Like so, and this was a game that Washington won. Obviously, in Washington was like the big takeaway that everybody's had that. Oh, I mean, if you play that game here you go. If you play it in a
neutral
site, it feels like Oregon's the favorite. But when you really look at Oregon, like it feels like we've been kind of on the Oregon Trail, no pun intended, after we saw Lanning in that after the Colorado thing where it was like, okay, he's got something kind of cooking over there.
I think they might be the only team that can beat Georgia.
Alabama.
The only reason I don't think they can is because of Bo Nix.
Maybe so.
Like
if he
Georgia
gets
would
exposed,
Georgia would put him in a pretzel.
Yeah, they would.
They're too athletic.
If Bo Nix wins the Heisman, it'll be the Jason White experience all over again in terms of, he got exposed too late. Like, he got exposed against Kansas State, but it feels like the votes were already in at that point. Like, Darren Sproles took over that game, and it should have gone to Larry Fitzgerald, who has insane numbers even today. Like, the stats that he put up. I think he had
1,300 or something like that?
And he had, 20-something touchdowns in 2003, whenever that just wasn't a thing. But then you had, obviously, Jason White go up against a perennial all-world defense in LSU where he played an NFL team and he didn't get drafted. Like, he wins the Heisman, and he's like, I got to go be a dentist.
92 catches, 1,672 yards, 22 touchdowns.
How many catches?
92.
So a quarter of his catches went for touchdowns.
Jeez.
And he didn't win the Heisman. Like, that's the biggest snub, I think, that I remember as, like, growing up. Where there was, like, he's clearly the best player in the country, but it felt like a quarterback award. That was literally, they thought, best player on the best team because LSU didn't have a Heisman type offense. It was the defense that carried them, and then Justin Vincent came on the scene late, but you weren't going to give him a Heisman as a freshman. And then it was like, well, who's the other? And Oklahoma was just doing, that's when they were,
They were calling that team the best team of all time.
Yeah, and you had USC kind of waiting in the wings. Reggie was too young to get a Heisman.
Reggie.
And, like... Oh, no, that wasn't even Reggie. That was Carson Palmer, right, in 2003?
No, not Carson Palmer, Matt Leinart.
Matt Leinart was at his first run at, sophomore?
Because
Carson Palmer went in, 2002?
Yeah.
That's when he was the number 1 overall pick and won the Heisman, and then it was Matt Leinart. Yeah.
Yeah, 03. Yep.
Yeah.
He was a sophomore.
03 was Jason White?
Yes.
04 was Reggie Bush? No, 04 was Matt Leinart. 05 was Reggie
Bush. Because that was another one where it was, they tried to, they did take it away, but they wanted to take it away because of the Vince Young performance in the Rose Bowl that year where it was like, he might be the best player in the country. And then Matt Leinart and Vince Young go back-to-back in the draft at 4 and 5 or 3 and 4, and Reggie went 2, and the Texans took
Mario Williams. From?
Mario Williams.
Maryland.
No.
He a Terp?
No. Mario Williams. Oh, God, I know this. I know he went to the Texans. Where'd he go, Stewie?
NC State.
That's what I wanted.
State.
I wanted to say that.
NC State. Damn it. All right, we got Mincy.
No, we don't.
Vernon Davis was a Terp, though. He a Terp.
Yeah, he is a Terp.
Forget it, Mincy. Yes.
Vernon
An
Davis.
incredible Terp.
Yeah. Probably one of the, like, I
He's
would
got to
say,
be a top 5 Terp.
yeah.
Well, now Tua's brother.
You got Diggs, Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
He's a Terp. DJ.
They got some DBs that are studs.
Yeah, DJ Moore, Terp. They got some studs. They got some,
And I
some
think
players in the
is
league.
Tua's brother in the portal?
Is he?
I think so.
I mean, if I was a quarterback, I'd go in the portal.
He's Maryland's all-time leading passer.
I mean, if you're
Hand me
if,
the Mills.
if you're telling me that the going rate is $1 million to $1.5 million for average quarterbacks, if I'm even all right, I'm getting into the portal, right? I mean, like,
oh, I'm sniffing it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm making my if nothing else, I'm negotiating against my current team.
That's insane. Because you almost have to. Like, that's what I think people forget. Like, the biggest coup that LSU pulled was keeping Garrett Nussmeier on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would have been easy.
It would have been open season on
It would have been easy for him to walk and go, see, I got playing time anywhere I go except here.
And money.
And well, that's the other thing. But to be able to keep him on the squad, and now you continue to build that quarterback room. And I think LSU will probably dabble in the portal just to see. Like you said, you just put feelers out there to see if you can get because I think people forget, too, that Jaden Daniels was a transfer. It feels like it was so long ago that the transfer portal, as much as you want to say it hurt LSU, I guess last year, this coming year, you don't have your quarterback without the transfer portal.
Oh.
And that's back to 2 out of 3 or 4 out of the last 6 years you've used the transfer.
DJU's out there, dog.
Again?
Yes.
Max Johnson signed.
Big Max Johnson.
Waiting for his brother to drop the other foot.
LSU's in the portal market for a quarterback.
Riley
That's
Leonard?
what I'm saying. Oh, no, he's going to A&M. Got to.
Notre Dame.
You think?
Why would he follow his coach?
I mean, his coach is a defensive coach.
Yeah. Well, would that be kind of a coup against him? If you saw your quarterback not follow you to the portal?
In an NIL world, I wouldn't hold it against him.
Yeah.
I mean, but he's at one of the schools that pays the most for NIL.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Touchdown Jesus.
It's Auburn, Notre Dame, and I think A&M is floating it out there.
So you got to throw it.
Is his final 3?
Yeah.
He's a player.
He's just coming off a lot of injury.
Right.
No, but that Duke isn't Duke without Riley Leonard.
Oh, no way, man. I mean,
and I think
he is a
Elko
player.
should know that. Like, I could bring him into A&M and we could win some football games.
Texas A&M.
Who's A&M's guy that got hurt early in the year?
Connor Wegman.
Yeah, they can't quit Connor Wegman.
I wouldn't quit Wegman.
He just keeps getting hurt.
Yeah, he was playing his ass off. Just hurt.
He's a player. All right, I hear David Semino and the Central Wildcats right outside of our studio. We're going to reset and turn over real quick, and we'll have them in with us. Shea Dixon will stop by here as well. Remember, Hughes Mechanical Contractor, located in Zachary, headquartered in Zachary, but got offices all along I-10, including over in Covington, so they can help you out all over the place. HughesMechanical.net. Give them a call, 225-658-2147, 225-658-2147. Tell Travis Hughes and the crew that you heard it here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Residential, commercial, mechanical contractors as far as your HVAC is concerned. Online at HughesMechanical.net. They're a trusted Daikin dealer over there as well. Check them out, Hughes Mechanical Contractors. We'll be back right after this. Central High head football coach David Semino, who has locked the gates over in the community, will tell you how next here on the Jordy Culotta Show. As always, built by R&B.
Like Trey Young just to freeze up December. I got niggas on the blood like traditional sinners. OGs love me, so I hang with traditional winners.
Red Stick Sports, a local staple in Baton Rouge to all sports fans, was founded back in 1981 and has remained a family business for over 40 years. Today, they still have the great selection on the floor, but they're also a leader in custom apparel for businesses, sports teams, and other groups. Take it from us, everybody over here at FM Digital Media. They help us out with all of our apparel. Let them help you out today. Go ask for Cody over at Red Stick Sports. Check him out online at redsticksports.biz.
The Jordy Culotta Show is brought to you by A-Bears Lawn Maintenance. Commercial or residential, A-Bears Lawn Maintenance is ready to work. A-Bears can tackle all your homeowners association requirements. Call Blake at 225-485-8022. A-Bears Lawn Maintenance.
In a wreck, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys is ready to go to work for you. Come meet your team.
I'm your intake specialist. I coordinate your case and connect you with your attorney and paralegal.
That's us, your legal team.
Here you go.
Thanks. And we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve.
I'm your settlements and disbursement manager, and I'm here to get you paid on time.
I'm attorney Gordon McKernan. Put our team to work today. Just call us. Get it done.
Hey Tiger fans, when you're traveling through Natchez, Mississippi, make sure to visit Tom and Wright Granning at Go Mart and On the Go Deli, where you can fill up your tank and your belly. Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need on your trip. Located at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left. Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff, where the Po' Boys are so good you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
All right, buddy. Make it a good shot.
Oh, yeah.
Sticking the roof in.
For a hole in your roof, for a whole new roof, go roof. Roof, roof, go roof.
Hey, Greg, the roof up?
Roof's up. Roof's up. Roof's up.
Roof's up?
Roof's up.
Roof's up! Beautiful roof every single time.
True. True.
Well, the Auctioner Andrews Sports Medicine Institute collaborative effort was an idea from Dr. Andrews and myself to bring together 2 great names, the Andrews name and the Auctioner name, to elevate the quality of care for athletes in the state of Louisiana, where he's from.
I always thought I would come back to Louisiana and practice orthopedics with my subspecialty being sports medicine. This was an opportunity through Auctioners to come back and work the entire state to help develop and take sports medicine to a new level.
As an orthopedic surgeon, what this means in the future in terms of, access for our community to the type of care that Dr. Andrews pioneered, words can't describe how valuable that is.
Auctioner has a great opportunity here to really grow, and Dr. Burnham, of course, is the mainstay of making that happen. If you want to have first-class sports medicine care, check in with Dr. Burnham and his group, and you'll be more than impressed and pleased.
I'm Tom Granite with Go Martin, Wardo's Po' Boys in Natchez, Mississippi. On behalf of the Granite family, we invite you to run, walk, or stroll in the 2nd annual Rudolph Roll. Held on the beautiful Natchez Bluff, this holiday event will kick off at 8 a.m. on December 9th and will include a 10K, 5K, and 1 mile kids fun run. Along with the race, there will be live music, drinks, and of course, Po' Boys. We're looking forward to an even bigger party this year. For more information, please check out the link on Wardo's Facebook page or scan the QR code. Hope to see y'all there.
I took a break for a minute, I had to go charge up. Had to focus on my business, I'm coming back smarter. Hit up DJ, tell him go like I'm dropping the Carter. Coming back like KD, it's time to go harder.
All right, welcome back here, Jordy Culotta Show. As always, we are built by R&B Builders, live here from our Click Here digital campus. And, man, we got some dudes up in here this morning. We got, usually this studio can house everything. There's not a lot of, we usually don't run out of room, but it is filled up quickly here. With the Central High School football team. Head coach David Semino, who is a great friend, a fantastic coach, and a hell of a human being, is live here with us on this Friday morning, and he has got a couple of his playmakers with us after a stellar senior season for 3 of these guys, and one of them will be returning for next season after just a brutal loss last week in high school sports. I mean, high school football is one of the great highs of life, and the way that it came to end for the Central football team in 2023 is a tough one. It'll be a long off season, but one that I know Coach Semino is embracing. Great to see you, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us on, and thanks for getting these guys on here, man. I love these guys. They had a heck of a year, and
paved the way for a very bright future for our program.
So tell me who we are. Tell me who we're looking at here. We got a couple of dudes here that are they're too big that the camera can't even fit them in. My man Stewie's doing some work.
A little bit. We got start with Damon Blocker. We got 3 seniors with us. Damon Blocker was our leading rusher this year and workhorse, and just a guy that was just such a stud for us. He's got his first offer from Pearl River Community College.
Nice.
So hoping to get him on the recruiting trail a little bit more, but. Man, anybody who played him just knew how tough he was and what a great competitor and tough human being he is. Aiden Wilkinson, we call him Gronkowski. Aiden was our tight end, H-back, who was physical at the point of attack and made a ton of huge plays and was just a matchup nightmare for us. Aiden's committed to Southeastern and had a heck of a year for us, and just an awesome dude and a guy that always brought energy to practice and stuff. And then we got Andrew Richard, who was our center. Yeah. Andrew's got offered to Nichols and some other schools, and Andrew's a true 6'3", 303 pounds, and was a guy that made it all go for our offense. We had a vaunted rushing attack, if you will, and just he was the guy that made all the calls for us on the inside. Workhorse, just stud. We're gonna absolutely miss the heck out of him. These pretty boy skill guys can be replaced, but man, you can't replace a dude that was just down in the trenches getting it every single rep.
That's right.
And then one junior coming back, KD Mays. Him and his brother DK Mays are twins. I said it earlier. DK's got all the offers. KD's got all the production. And if you were scheming against our defense, you knew that KD Mays was going to be around the football and a guy that you had to account for in every single play. Plays with great energy and physicality. I've coached 5A football for probably, 8, 9 seasons now, and he's one of the best 5A linebackers I've ever been around. Wow. And a guy that's going to be a great producer for us in the offseason and obviously on to his senior year.
Year one, a lot of excitement for you, obviously, with the program. I was able to be there on the front end of you being announced and seeing a lot of the excitement. How have you seen the community really embrace what you've got going on? Because you can feel it. I mean, it's a special place that once they get it, once they get the football that they're yearning for, it's going to be a monster.
We walked out against Dutchtown, and I was proud. We had 3 road playoff games. East St. John, went to Neville, and then obviously played at Dutchtown last week. And when we walked out of the locker room for the last time, we were all suited up and everything, and as soon as the crowd saw us, they all rose to their feet. And we had packed Dutchtown's whole visitor sideline out, and then, it was standing room only on the sidelines. And man, I had chill bumps on my forehead. I was just, the support has been just incredible. And, we have great alignment with our administration.
Yep.
Those guys are hungry to equip us with the tools to build championship caliber young men, and as a byproduct to play winning football. And we have such a great staff, man, and just, it's an awesome time to be a part of this community. I hope that we've added courage to everybody, whether it be the girls softball team or the swimming team or whatever it may be. We can do it here, and it's going to be done here. And, these guys are the ones that paved the way for it. So, man, just couldn't be more excited to be something. It feels like a movement. It feels like a revolution.
Yeah,
it feels like a part, just you're a part of something that's bigger than yourself.
It's crazy. It really, you think back, it was a year ago next weekend when, I remember being at the state title games last season, and the buzz was David Semino is on the move. He's going to Central. And that, Central might have they might have gotten the right guy. This might be the one that can unlock the monster. And just a year later, to feel the momentum and feel the support and obviously the buy-in from the team. What is the purpose? What's the principle of the first real off season as you go into it?
I think it's just to continue to enforce the things that we're all about, and what we've got to continue to do is become a more disciplined football team, a tougher, more physical football team. I was proud of the foundation that we laid this year in the way that those guys played and just the way they laid it on the line for one another, But we got an awesome strength and conditioning coach, Coach Tom Bastasio, that we got from the Navy SEALs that is, got so much science behind what he does. And I'm really looking forward to seeing him. We only had 3 months with him during this offseason. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him lay that down, And then our program is really rooted in relationships, man. I'm riding over here with these guys in the truck, we're having a blast because, we've built these bonds that are going to last a lifetime. And I can't wait to watch these guys go out into life and, just kick butt and take names. I know that whatever they do, they've been equipped because of what our programs give them.
They got great football players over there at Central. Obviously, they're pumping them out. Coach, if recruiters, coaches, people want to learn more, what's the best way of finding out more information about these guys?
Yeah, man, reach out to me, reach out to Coach Camp. Pretty much all those guys know how to get in touch with us, man. But anything we can do to shine the light on these guys that have paved just such a bright path for the future, man, we'd love to do it. And we appreciate the exposure and look forward to greater things in the future out of this program.
Always. Congratulations, fellas, on a successful football season, and good luck on what's upcoming in the future. I'm sure you guys do. You guys play for a great dude. And David Semino, former teammates here over at Parkview, Coach Semino, and watching him succeed throughout high school football over the last 15, 20 years?
20 years. 20 seasons,
bro. Wow.
That's
crazy. Now the head football coach at Central, doing great work. Wrap it up. Good to see you, man. Thank you. We'll be right back. Wrap it up here on the Jordy Culotta Show, as always, built by R&B.
Can't let you fold up, keep pushing, can't let you slow up, bounce back, can't let you fold up, keep pushing, can't let you slow up, bounce back, can't let you fold up, keep pushing, can't let you slow up, bounce back.
Again, this year, we're giving away bikes all across the state of Louisiana. In fact, this year is a record number. We're giving away 488 bikes. Go to GordonGives.com for more information and details. And look, it's not just me. It's everybody at our company across the state of Louisiana. At Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, we're all participating in this process, and we're so excited to be giving away a little cheer, Christmas spirit, and everything else this time of year. So God bless. Go to GordonGives.com for more details. Merry Christmas, Louisiana.
Okay, Gordon, ready to talk a little bit about yourself today? Okay, good. Tell us, who is Gordon McKernan?
Great question. In a lot of ways, I'm just like most people. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a son. I am a brother. I'm a Christian. I am a Tigers fan. I am a Louisiana sportsman. But above all, I am grateful to the people of Louisiana. We want to be your lawyers for life.
Hi, I'm Gordon McKernan. Everyone has a special Christmas memory. One of mine is when I woke up on Christmas morning, ran down the stairs, and there it was, a brand new red bicycle.
That is why this Christmas, Gordon McKernan is giving away over 425 bicycles throughout the state of Louisiana.
To register, please fill out a form online at GordonGives.com or GetGordon.com. And make sure to visit the Get Gordon Facebook page for additional details and chances to win. From all of us here at Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, Merry Christmas and God bless.
Offensive player of the game from LSU, Joe Burrow.
Football is life. Football is Joe Burrow.
Finishing us! Let's be special! Let's be strong! Let's smell greatness from the top! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
If you're in the market for a mortgage lender, you need to start with Doug Bickley and his team. Bickley has built a crew with over 50 years of combined lending experience. They've been in business for over 20 years, and they love helping their clients achieve the American dream of home ownership. They're also key with working in real estate agents and helping their clients getting same-day pre-approval. They average about one buyer a day getting them in a home. If you want to get in touch with Doug and his crew, it's easy. Call them 225-214-5154. 225-214-5154. Go see the Bickley team today. They're located on the corner of Coursey Boulevard and Sherwood Forest right here in Baton Rouge.
What's up?
What's happening?
Chilling with a couple of cool guys. You?
Chilling and watching some tube. Hold on.
Did you do it?
Hold on. Did you do it?
Roof's up.
Hold on.
Roof's up?
Roof's up!
Roof's up!
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Beautiful roof every single time.
True.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Head health is incredibly important for our student athletes. One of the best ways we're trying to address concussions is on the front end. We're trying to prevent these before they happen. And a big part of that is speaking to the athletes, letting them know what to expect. Okay, speaking to the parents, what to look out for, talking to the coaches so they know the vital importance. Some of the big things we're looking for with a concussion, which is, a traumatic brain injury, is one, was there a mechanism? Was there an injury that took place that could lead to this? Often a direct blow to the head, a head-to-head hit. If someone's showing signs of concussion, our first step is always to remove them from activity, get them to a place where there's less stimuli, where we can really just sit down and get a feel for the athlete, what they're feeling. We're looking for headache, we're looking for dizziness, any sign that coordination is off, that something's just not right. Get a good evaluation of them to understand what's going on. It's not worth the risk that may be there to kind of ignore it, because there are very serious consequences if we don't treat a concussion properly.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Daniel Newman can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started today by calling Daniel Newman at 225-261-8262. 225-261-8262. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Click Here Digital, the home of the Jordy Culotta Show. Online at clickheredigital.com. If you're looking to set Google ads, set social media campaigns, learn about SEO, display video, or even creative, Click Here Digital has the answer for you. Online at clickheredigital.com or email me directly, Jordy at clickheredigital.com. Red Stick Sports, a local staple in Baton Rouge to all sports fans, was founded back in 1981 and has remained a family business for over 40 years. Today, they still have the great selection on the floor, but they're also a leader in custom apparel for businesses, sports teams, and other groups. Take it from us, everybody over here at FM Digital Media. They help us out with all of our apparel. Let them help you out today. Go ask for Cody over at Red Stick Sports. Check him out online at redsticksports.biz.
The Jordy Culotta Show is brought to you by A-Bears Lawn Maintenance. Commercial or residential, A-Bears Lawn Maintenance is ready to work. A-Bears can tackle all your homeowners association requirements. Call Blake at 225-485-8022. A-Bears Lawn Maintenance.
In a wreck, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys is ready to go to work for you. Come meet your team.
I'm your intake specialist. I coordinate your case and connect you with your attorney and paralegal.
That's us, your legal team.
Here you go.
Thanks. And we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve.
I'm your settlements and disbursement manager, and I'm here to get you paid on time.
I'm attorney Gordon McKernan. Put our team to work today. Just call us. Get it done.
Hey Tiger fans, when you're traveling through Natchez, Mississippi, make sure to visit Tom and Wright Granning at Go Mart and On the Go Deli, where you can fill up your tank and your belly. Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need on your trip. Located at 4 Sergeant Prentice Drive as you're entering Natchez on the left. Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff, where the Po' Boys are so good you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
All
Try, buddy. Make it a good shot. Oh, yeah. Sticking the roofing.
For a hole in your roof, for a whole new roof, go roof. Roof, roof, go roof.
Hey, Greg, the roof up?
Roof's up.
Roof's up.
Roof's up.
Roof's up.
Roof's up.
Roof's up. Beautiful roof every single time.
True. True.
Well, the Oscar Andrews Sports Medicine Institute collaborative effort was an idea from Dr. Andrews and myself to bring together two great names, the Andrews name and the Ochsner name, to elevate the quality of care for athletes in the state of Louisiana, where he's from.
I always thought I would come back to Louisiana and practice orthopedics with my subspecialty being sports medicine. This was an opportunity through Ochsner's to come back and work the entire state to help develop and take sports medicine to a new level.
As an orthopedic surgeon, what this means in the future in terms of, access for our community to the type of care that Dr. Andrews pioneered, words can't describe how valuable that is.
Ochsner has a great opportunity here to really grow, and Dr. Burnham, of course, is the mainstay of making that happen. If you want to have first-class sports medicine care, check in with Dr. Burnham and his group, and you'll be more than impressed and pleased.
Time a little bit as we close out the week. Shea Dixon going to come through here. Good stuff from Will Wade, Kim Mulkey. Mulkey after last night's dominating win over Virginia Tech. Man, the Lady Tigers got some firepower offensively. As you saw Michaela Williams get going. You saw Anissa Morrow up and moving. Angel Reese out there. Haley Van Lith knocked down a couple of big shots. Flaugier is, she's playing with a ton of confidence right now. So, I mean, this LSU team is fun to watch. They're off until the 10th with finals now here on the schedule for colleges. So we will.
Grades are fine.
I guess those grades weren't bad, huh?
Yeah.
The old grade theory.
I love that.
How do you fall for the grade thing? First off, she played the first half of the game. So what was it like? The counselor knocked on the locker room door and was like, "Yo, Kim, we got a problem with Angel's grades.
You got compliance.
I mean, you got to bench her now. Right now."
Coach Carter locked the gym.
We just caught this.
Now the whole world know your dumbass failing science. Doesn't seem to be the case.
I mean,
that was the.
How do you fall for that?
I mean, I guess.
Hey, that's it. Hey, those are our guys now. That's Tiger droppings. Let them cook.
Yeah, let this man cook.
They literally were listening to the show and got it wrong.
Any threads today?
I checked this morning. No threads.
Sweet.
Leave
us alone, man.
No. We had our run. We had our burn.
You got no.
Well, once the tide starts to change, it's no fun anymore.
Right.
And once they're like, oh, actually.
But I did see this one thread that said, "What did
Brian
Kelly say? What did Brian Kelly see in Joe Sloan?"
A lot.
Obviously.
The best quarterback coach in the country.
People are just.
Oh, let them. There's one for you. When does LSU promote Joe Sloan to the co-OC? You can't lose him.
Oh, Jesus.
There's your Tiger droppings thread.
They're about to put one up there about you.
I'm sure they love.
Lloyd from Culotta Show says Joe Sloan will be LSU's co-OC next year.
He's going to be the Saints' next offensive coordinator. I heard Joe Brady wanted him in Buffalo.
They're going to draft Jayden.
And they want Joe Sloan with him.
They're gonna find this place and show up with pitchforks.
They're bringing Hankton.
Jeez. I heard they're trying to draft Harold Perkins early.
Earl Perkins is skipping his junior year.
The Larry Bird draft.
Exactly.
Does anybody understand that? How did that work?
Wait, what happened?
Larry Bird got drafted before his senior season.
He was eligible, wasn't he? Because he sat
went
out a
back
year.
to his, like he played his last year at Indiana State
Already drafted.
as a Celtic.
Was he drafted, or did they just say that they're going to take him?
No,
drafted.
no,
Yeah,
I think
they
they
drafted
owned
him.
his rights.
Yeah,
Jeez.
the bird rights. Isn't that where it comes from?
I mean, sounds right.
Yeah.
Why not?
Let's see how this.
I mean, hopefully somebody in the chat can maybe explain this, but
I guess if you're draft eligible, you can take your pick on somebody that's draft eligible. If you don't want to, you can forfeit a
yeah,
year.
but I mean, like, in what world have we ever
Larry Bird.
lived that I'm going into the draft and I still have my eligibility? I mean,
No,
that's a
but-
dream.
Yeah, right. You can do like if I guess it would never happen now because of the threat of injury. Like if we draft him and he wants to play college and he gets hurt, but he wasn't playing professional. He wasn't getting paid. He was just a Celtic. He was drafted to play, but he was still playing college. I mean, you could hypothetically, if Harold Perkins was a redshirt sophomore, you could take him in this year's draft. He's draft eligible, but he could still play football. You just wouldn't have your pick.
I understand. Okay.
It's like Michael Vick. He was a redshirt
So I mean,
sophomore.
like, somebody could come out and say, "I just want to draft Arch Manning."
Yeah, but it'd have to be you have to be draft eligible.
He was draft eligible during under the rules at that time.
Right.
Right.
But he still had 1 year
Year
of
of
college
eligibility
left, so he just used his last year of eligibility playing under the Celtics.
Yeah, they just couldn't pay him.
Yeah.
So they used their pick on Larry Bird, so they didn't have him on the team, but that was their draft pick. Makes sense. You could still, I guess they probably wrote that out.
Yeah, he had already said he was going back for his senior year, even though he's averaged 30 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists.
And he played a baseball game.
Like,
that white boy can play.
in jeans.
In boots.
Need some tennis shoes? Nah.
The stories of Larry Bird don't
Just
go
kick
long
count,
enough.
Coach.
They don't.
Like, he's not even him. Was he the GM of the Pacers for a hot minute? Like, it was during that.
He was the head coach.
Yeah, he was the coach.
I know he's the coach, but then he was like.
I think he might have been like the president.
That's what it was, because it was during the Roy Hibbert.
Yes.
Yeah. Who was it? Paul George?
Jamal Tinsley.
It was the 2012 year, because whenever they played the Heat, he was literally looked like he wanted to throw up the entire game, and they kept showing him on camera, and he was like, "We're losing," and Larry Bird hates nothing more than losing. It looked like Pat Riley whenever he's swallowing his own vomit on camera, where he's like, "If you don't get this thing off me, I swear to God, like I'm swallowing dip spit right now because I want to feel sicker." It is. Like, there's some people have that in them, where I think Kim Mulkey's kind of the same way, where like I hate losing more than I love winning. Like, it just burns them up inside. Nick Saban still has it. Clearly, he's just coaching to just not ever lose a game again.
Yep.
I'm terrified of that feeling.
I kind of think they might get blown out tomorrow.
Look.
What's the spread? 5.5?
Yeah.
I think they might make Milroe look.
I mean,
like
the
he
more
looked
I
at the
thought
beginning of
about
the
it
season.
earlier this week, I mean, like, the more it's like, this is a Kirby Smart special.
Yep.
This is
talk his boy up.
I mean, like, bite the old bait, dude. I mean, this is he wants to draw you in. He wants
that pregame speech tomorrow.
Jordy, I care about you. Don't do it.
No, I hear you.
You get in their ass.
I hear you.
You lock the gates and get in their ass.
There's a part of me that agrees with you. If it wasn't Nick Saban on the other sideline, it would be like, how was Alabama here? Because you look at you can't really throw the LSU game in there, but if you had a full, healthy Jaden Daniels, I think that would have brought them to the wire. And then you want to throw the Iron Bowl out, but you just can't. Like, it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy things happen in Jordan-Hare, but if you want to use that game as a comparison, Auburn brought Georgia to the wire.
Yeah. I don't buy into that Auburn game. I think every year great teams have a clunker.
Yeah.
You know, I think every year you've got a team that doesn't. I mean, I could argue 2019's Auburn game was a clunker.
They did what Texas A&M tried to do, or they
You
did.
know, I mean,
A&M tried to do the
and
same thing to
LSU kinda
Jaden
bit the
Daniels.
bait.
Yeah, it was a weird day.
Right?
It was an overcast, 2:30, not really that interesting.
Once Brady kind of figured it out,
it was over.
He started Clyde just. Clyde ran wild.
Can we run the ball? Yeah, let's run the ball.
Yeah.
The same thing that Clemson tried to do whenever they Like they kind of had LSU guessing in the first quarter of that football game, almost like into the second quarter. LSU was losing the first half.
I wouldn't even say
17-7.
It was like outplayed.
17.
I mean, it was a.
But see, I wouldn't even say they like had them guessing. It was more just LSU was behind the.
Behind the chains the entire time. You get the
whole first quarter almost.
Yeah, you get the Thad Moss ineligible man downfield on the first play that LSU touches it, and then it sets you behind the sticks, and then it became a game of keep away where they were pinning you inside the 10 the entire time, and then they kind of ran this weird defense where it was, all right, well, Burrow's like, I'm just going to take off. If you're just going to run man across the board, and it's like, all right, now I'm going to hit Jamar over your head twice. And then it was off and run into Red Eye.
See ya.
Would want to be ya.
Were you at Red Eye?
No, I was not. I was with Rosillo and Chris Long.
Wow.
At a dive bar. And
Great crew.
PMT commenter.
Great crew.
Yeah. PFT commenter.
All right, Shea Dixon's going to be coming through here at some point. We're going to talk recruiting. Big recruiting weekend. Gabe Relaford's in town on an official. This is enormous for LSU. I mean, as big as any prospect for LSU in this class, they need defensive tackles more than anything, DBs included, as Relaford is one of the top players in the state. He has been also discussed as one of the top players in the country. So this is somebody that LSU needs to make a move on, and this is the weekend to do it. We will. I mean, we will.
You have one domino fall.
Shown Washington,
Keylan Moses.
Yeah, but I mean,
no, I'm just saying it's once you get some momentum.
25, he's a 25 guy.
Yeah,
you know, I mean,
so
I'm talking
about
the whole
season.
You need
immediate today.
You need him tonight. Yeah, right. Yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, and I know that you would love to say that if he gets on campus, he'll play right away, but that doesn't seem to be the ilk at LSU.
So my great Gabe Relaford.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Coach, if you've seen this kid play,
can Jordan Jefferson come back?
No, he's
done. Doesn't have a COVID year.
Mm-hmm. But it's like, I mean, if you see this kid play, he'll dominate on any field. Like, it's not just.
We talk about retention a lot around LSU. That's been Brian Kelly's thing. If you want to bring Mekhi Wingo back, Mason Smith back, Jacoby and Guillory back.
I mean, I think that Guillory definitely comes back.
Oh, without a doubt. And he started to play well towards the end of the year.
Agree.
He was unleashed, and then I'm saying you put those three down.
I hope Mason Smith makes the right choice.
I mean,
he has to.
Like, you look at even like Jared Verse. Jared Verse was a top 10 projected pick last year and went back to Florida State. Now he's competing for a national championship.
Does that make a lot of sense?
It doesn't, but you look at that case and he's still going to be a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
And you look at Mason Smith and it's like you weren't even a top. You weren't even in that conversation. Like you can't even look at that case.
But I would say that there's no. He didn't improve his draft stock. All he did was get another year of college experience of like fun, I guess, where they might get shunned out the playoff because their quarterback got hurt. But yeah, Jared Verse comes back and has a great year, but he didn't improve his draft stock, I would say.
No, he didn't.
That's where you have to worry about. Like I think Mason Smith, on the other hand, could. Mekhi Wingo probably can't, but you would like to see him come back.
Yeah,
that's the Jared Verse comp.
I would say, yeah, Mekhi Wingo is more a Jared Verse because like they both. It's nothing left you could do in college. Like you already showed what you can do.
Right.
Mason Smith, you just come back for the experience, I guess, and try to win a national championship.
Mason Smith needs to come back and dominate.
Yeah.
Like that's what they want.
You could change your life.
Yeah. Like, that's what they want to see.
You could change your life.
And you know, I mean, really, up until this point, he's kind of had an excuse. You know, I mean, of injury and I mean,
didn't play a lot of football.
If he could come back and have a good off season, get himself healthy, play in shape from game one, stay healthy all year and dominate. I mean, he could really make like generational type money. I mean, top 10 stuff. I mean, where
you could have a Jalen Carter type.
Yeah, he could.
Where you get drafted like, okay, especially if LSU has a season comparable, I wouldn't say to this year, but when you're in like a New Year's Six, especially with a 12-team playoff, where you start being seen on like the national scene, where he's too good to ignore. You know, like you make that kind of impact where everybody sees it. Like you got Kirk Herbstreit, all these guys are like, and Mason Smith at LSU, like this is born on the bayou. They start doing that whole thing where that's what LSU football looks like. He's a freak. He just hasn't had that opportunity to where he's been 100% and taken over a football game to where you look and go, he's the best player on the field. That's what he's waiting on. Where's Shea?
Stuck on Essen.
That's not very close.
No, it's not. I'm asking how far out. Essen could be a parking lot at 9 a.m. on a Friday.
Oh, the hospital. Yes. I avoid Essen at all costs.
See, I take Essen.
Let me go see my grandmother. Can't make it. She's got nothing but time till she didn't.
What a dick.
Like,
it's too far away. It wasn't far. It's just once you make that right turn on Essen and you see just nothing but headlights and
brake lights.
Really?
Well, you see both. You're just like,
it's going both ways.
I might as well. The people leaving the PMAC. It was the old head crowd.
I left with 5 minutes left.
Oh, I stayed for the whole thing. I watched the 18-minute video for the 700th win.
Oh, okay. So I was wondering what you were talking about.
Yeah, so they did a whole. It was a bunch of like the Baylor, and then they brought in the Baylor.
He's close.
Baylor AD did a tribute. You could see he was just
gritting.
He was. He was like, I have to do this. Like, God damn it, I blew it. And Kim was not smiling bigger than that moment. She looked up. She's like, thank you.
Look who it is.
Yeah, love to be doing this here. But after that, like the gridlock of leaving the PMAC, people were just laying on their horn. I was like, it's not that hard to get out of here. It's not that big of a deal. But this is the old basketball crowd where they're not used to a lot of people being there. And like, what the hell's going on? People are turning left, right. And I was just laughing. It's like, dude, just get
the opposition of the LED lights and the new scoreboards.
Yes, exactly. And they're like, what? It's so late.
You need a video board for.
I need to get home. It's like Nikolai Jokic.
I mean, it's
no parade. I need to go home.
Yeah, right.
Nikolai was scouting horses, dog.
Like,
we gotta go scout horses.
He was bummed, dude. He had to go back to Denver, dude.
Quit this.
Thursday? No.
Trying to stay home.
No gum? But that's what the crowd, like that was the traffic. There was no contraflow, which further proves my point that you don't need contraflow. Let the people figure it out. It'll all be okay. Just let them get going. They'll meander and find their way. They'll sit in traffic at a couple of lights, and then you're done.
The fact that they actually create traffic with contraflow
that doesn't make
insane.
It's in the name.
It blows my mind.
It's wild.
It's like in the name.
They said, "Look, we're gonna close
How can we take something so screwed up and bungle it even more
and make it worse?" And then Nicholson is completely stripped right before LSU, so that just
I mean that's the land of the Walking Dead too, especially around 130, 150.
Yes.
I mean, good Lord. See a man in Tim's changing a tire.
Oh my God.
Keep my head down.
Need some help?
Yeah. What? Never mind.
Lloyd.
What's up? Oh my goodness!
All right, Shea's supposed to be coming through here. He's close. He's close.
No Ben Mintz?
He's close. No
Ben Mintz never joined the video.
Mintz tapped out at 8:15.
He's on the. He's
running for charity in Memphis this weekend.
Charity is insane.
He's running to raise money
for what?
I believe St. Jude Children's Hospital.
I thought you said the Ben Mintz charity. For myself.
He also gambling debts.
Yes. Yeah, but he's gone cold. That's okay. He was super hot for weeks 1 through 8.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that's how it works.
That's how it works.
The yacht theory.
All right, who do we like here? Let's name these championship games. I got Oklahoma State and Texas tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Texas minus 15.5 here, over and under 54.5.
I like Texas.
What's
just
the
going
spread?
Texas money line.
15.5 Texas.
15.5 Texas.
Texas might win that game by 15.
I would just take the points just because you have to start thinking at some point conference. Like it's going to like you kind of pucker up a little bit during these games, and that's why I think I put in a little. I got some action
in
out
Jerry's
there.
World.
Yeah,
in Jerry World.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Arch visiting Mississippi State on the slick. He was seen with Jeff Lebby.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did see that. Archable.
Might have to play. So I got Washington at 10.5.
Arch and Starkville would play.
Yeah, it would.
It would play.
In that offense?
Especially with that offense.
I'm telling you.
And it's a good, Ole Miss contingency would be. Yes. That can't happen.
How we let Arch go down Mississippi State?
Archie's shutting that down. Not going to let it happen.
You would think.
I mean, we just let Arch
what a
walk into Mississippi
world.
State.
That would be incredible.
He's just going to beat us for the Egg Bowl every year.
Arch in the crowd during the cowbells, just headphones on.
Hat.
Yeah, can't be here. I took Oklahoma State 14.5.
Bless you, Stu.
Thank you.
And I got the under 48.5 at Louisville, and Florida State. I just figured the battle of
That game's going to be ugly.
Yeah, backup quarterback. They
Well, I
both
mean,
love to run the ball.
There's rumor out there that Florida State's backups hurt. That they're like going with their third string.
Ugh. Oh, he did get banged up in that last game.
Well, I bet he had no
Florida.
business being out there.
I think a sneaky game tomorrow at 3 o'clock is going to be at Ullman Stadium between SMU and Tulane.
Todd Rodemaker injury swirling.
Pair of 8-0 American undefeated teams. SMU 10-2, Tulane 11-1. Greeny's given up 3.5. Over and under 47.5 on this one. Tulane at the home is just kind of getting a half a point here with the home advantage at 3.5. So I think it's gonna be a really good game. I mean you talk about two high flying kind of a lot of attention. I'm looking forward to that Tulane SMU game. I think it's going to be a good one.
Think it's the last 20 coaches for Tulane?
I don't
either.
I don't.
Yeah, he's. I feel
Feels
like
like a
he's just
lifer.
locked
Yeah,
in
I agree.
too.
I mean, I think if he makes it past this round too, that he'll be here for 7-8 years.
Because he seems like that type of guy.
Yeah.
You know, where it's hard to read the
He
personality
loves
of coaches.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously recruiting at a high
I was
level.
about to say, do you think Tulane at some point makes a move like to another conference? Just because like they like the last 2 years
They're appealing.
Exactly, 11-1, 11-1, and it's like, all right, Tulane keeps getting in these New Year's Six
Pac-12?
games.
I mean, if you're LSU, I'd take their defensive line.
Yeah,
I know that.
I mean, they got a former LSU commit on their defensive line, Pat Jenkins. Told him to go to TCU.
Michigan, Iowa tomorrow night on Fox. Michigan minus 22.
And the over-under is 35.
What's Iowa's over under?
That's a great question. Team total?
It has to be at least.
Can you bet on the amount
10?
I'd go 10.5. Maybe 12.5.
I'd take the under.
Yeah. Their punt returner's hurt. That,
Yeah,
that
he
white
is. He's
corner.
out for the season.
Yeah. That was their point. That was their point maker.
Damn.
Brock Glenn, freshman, Florida State. 4-star prospect. God, he looks all team Florida State, too. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's probably in.
Brock Glenn.
He's in Pike at Florida State, the biggest fraternity of all time. The machine.
Let's see.
But
Iowa's game total is 7.5.
Wow.
The most important game, aside
Wow.
from the SEC championship, 7.5.
7.5.
What's the odds on it? Does it tell you?
Plus 160. Minus 210 on the under.
Yeah, you got to bet $210 to win $100 on the Iowa under them scoring one more point than a touchdown.
Wow.
2 possessions.
Jesus.
Dude, Iowa football has got to be maddening. That's worse than LSU was the savior.
But what if they come out and just offensive?
It never happens.
Like an
It doesn't
offensive
happen.
juggernaut. Just 50
LSU
points from Iowa.
LSU in the
Is that for
against
Shea?
Iowa? Yes, that's yours.
Yeah.
Come on in. Switch. Quick change.
It's from Cordell.
Yeah, take you out of left field. Get in
Yeah.
here, Shea.
I got raided at the office across the street for the other 2 hoodies, and that one made it.
It's okay.
Okay.
Cordell Music, the guy that does the music you love.
Thought Flop had sent me something.
From the Giant?
Flot's balling, bro.
Throw this on.
Yeah, there you go. In public promotion. Cordell will love that.
Play my theme music. Let's go.
Oh, he's going to put me in by next week.
That's right.
And you know Shea, he might show up late.
Making predictions like Shea D.
Yeah.
Big one last night.
Shadier than Shady.
As the Moses, yeah, we're live. We're live.
I was about to really freestyle. Sorry.
No, so we're not.
Y'all would have got
Just took a
the
break.
YouTube flag after what I was.
YouTube TV.
I was Tim Westwood. For all the people who know him.
Jinx. Big one last night for LSU. You don't need them if you don't want them.
Beijing, baby.
You want them?
Yeah, he loves them.
Yeah, I think you do. You love them. You kind of like the official look of it? The headphones? You don't have to do the headphones if you don't want to do the headphones.
Me?
Yeah, he loves the headphones.
Yeah, I wouldn't have heard you if you wouldn't.
See, I can't hear either without him.
All right.
So, you're loud and clear.
Keylan Moses last night.
It's your boy.
It is. It is. I can't wait to see how they use him, man. I think they'll use him like Perk, right?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, I'm going to be used. Brian Kelly told me I'll be the next Harold Perkins. And he said that I told Brian Kelly I'll be better than Harold Perkins. And then he laughed and he said, I hope Harold Perkins doesn't beat me up.
Or Unk.
Or Unk.
more importantly, before we get to 2025,
Well,
because
and the announcement was great too. He had a red and an Alabama like cake sitting on the table, but they were like no hat. They had little pennants, but there were no hats, nothing. And he thinks that he's Keylan. He's very well spoken, so he thanks everybody, all that, and then he sits down and goes, "I'm going to Bama." And like nobody even said. Everyone was just like, "Ha ha ha!" And he was like, "The cake," and everyone was like, "Ha ha ha!" He goes, "Yeah, LSU."
Was it ever in doubt?
Shock the world.
No,
Never.
shocked the world.
Is this Frank Wilson?
Yes.
The whole
Joe
time.
Sloan was the area recruiter. He said those two were big, and he said Brian Kelly got involved. Feels good about him, but Frank dates back to when he was a kid, so he was like, "I've known Frank my whole life. That's family. I trust it. We're good."
Right.
But big pickup, and he said basically guaranteed #1 class incoming. Kept saying he's not going to name names. He's the type of guy you want in your corner when you're going to court or whatever. He's not naming names.
right.
But he just said, "Trust me.
Wasn't me.
We got guys coming."
So this is Harlan Berry, Bryce Underwood.
Harlan Berry at least decides we know him publicly on December 18th, Underwood January 6th, and then I'm guessing Keylan has got some tricks up his sleeve here with some other guys he knows that are going to end up in the class. And I asked him about that. Louisiana is so deep for 2025 with elite recruits. And he was like, "Look, they've told me all along, you be that cornerstone piece. You be the leader. You go get it. Help us out. Go get them." And he said that's what he's about to start doing.
One more in 25 and we'll get back to him at some point. But I saw Simon, the Calvary Baptist running back. Man,
they're in the semis, I think. That might be today.
Yeah, Harlan Berry, obviously, his highlights, explode. They jump off.
They're your thunder and lightning.
But the Simon Berry, that duo looks,
And his pop's got the interim Grambling State job.
Yeah, I saw that.
So congrats to him. But yes, I believe they play today in the semis. That would be quite the thunder. It's like the old Lindell White. Not exactly the same, but with the Titans, who am I missing?
Reggie Bush?
No, fast guy in the NFL. Come on now,
John
Dreads.
Ross? Oh,
Chris Johnson?
Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that.
CJ2K.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
All right, so 2024. Gabe Relaford's in town this weekend.
He is. He'll get in today.
This is enormous, right? I mean, this is a
I think this is sort of like the end of your 24 class almost. Like, you may add another guy or two, but they said all along they wanted 25 to 30. They're at 26. If you could add a Relaford, that's 27. Then you've hit your mark. Did they like a McKinley or someone? He's never shown enough interest for me to think he's going to flip. If he does, he does. If he doesn't, then nobody expected it. But Relaford is the one that they're really working on. They need D linemen. They only have 2 high school guys committed. They took Sean Washington as a JUCO D lineman, but you want to keep Relaford home. So,
how do you feel about him
as a player?
No, about how LSU's kind of closed up around here. I mean, at one point, I remember you saying it might be just too late, right?
Well, he leans on the reality that A&M offered him first. And Elijah Robinson, if he gets retained, I saw a quote where Mike Elgo said that's a priority to retain Elijah Robinson. For those that don't know, Elijah Robinson is the D-line coach. He was the interim head coach. So if he stays, there was a sense that a lot of the D-linemen would stay. I think this weekend is where you see LSU make that pitch of not just NIL, but like, here's the plan. Like, here's how you're used. Here's where we're going with things. Here's life after football. Here's what we do with NFL guys. All of the things that they give to a normal in-state kid, that pitch. And, hey, when football's over and you come back, you'll have, all those things.
Yeah.
You're in-state. We'll take care of you.
How crazy do you expect Monday to be?
When the portal opens?
Yeah.
I don't think LSU. Well, remember, LSU took double-digit guys from the portal the first 2 off seasons of Brian Kelly. Took double-digit guys and had double-digit guys leave. I think they'll take 5, 6, 7 guys. They'll lose maybe double digits, but it's just going to be, in my opinion, guys who are wanting playing time, which is the norm. I don't think. The amount of DMs I get, and you probably it's like Womack, Perk, I don't think any of those guys are leaving. I think right now the number one thing, I've talked to so many sources around up at LSU, Am I even plugged in?
That's for my laptop, dude.
Okay.
You're good. Is this thing on?
We're not even live, are we?
No. Just bust that freestyle.
That's water you've been drinking.
Yeah. Lock the door.
The number
Thought Essen was bad.
Number one thing everybody is preaching right now up at LSU is retention.
Mm-hmm.
And you're at that point now in the Brian Kelly tenure where, okay, you never were close to 85 scholarships. So you were just taking you could take anyone out of the portal. Take 15 guys, it didn't matter. Half of them paying out great. The other don't, then it is what it is. But now that they're closer to the 85, it's you got to be picky with it, but also with who you're taking. But also you want to retain these guys. That's the point of this is development, get guys back. Does anyone expect Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas to come back? No. But everyone's forgetting about Kyron Lacey.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of guy you got to convince to come back. Like, yeah, you could get drafted in the 3rd or 4th round or something. But if you come back and be that guy, a top 2 receiver, look at what Brian Thomas just did.
Right.
He's getting Dane Brugler, maybe the best mock draft guy out there, has him 20-something. So you can up your stock with another year. I think that's what they're selling Kyron on. And again, I think it's important if you just keep a lot of these guys. Sorry about this.
Oh, good. Any news?
No. But yeah, retention is the name of the game right now. And I think 2 big ones, I'll let you weigh in. Wingo, Mason Smith.
I think Wingo's gone. Mason Smith, I think they need to convince to come back.
You have to. Like
I think it's,
when he came out of high school, everyone said after his 3rd year, he's gone. Well, if you miss a whole year injury, and then you really don't get back to your normal self until the back half of this year, continue that. Keep going, come out next year. Jared Verse came back and was a top 15 pick.
Stewie said that earlier. I mean, it's a great pull.
And he's a top 10 pick now.
Yeah.
So, like, that's a small margin you could go up, and he did it. Mason Smith, you can go up. If Mason Smith goes out right now, who's
Days.
Days. No one's taking Mason Smith. I'm not knocking Mason
At
Smith.
all.
No one's taking Mason Smith in the 1st round right now.
It's maybe in the 2nd and 3rd.
That's what I'm saying. You come back healthy, a year removed from these injuries, and you've shot up the board. So, yes, absolutely. I think that it's guys like that you're fighting to say, hey, we need you to stay. And that's what made, and look, Jaden Daniels coming back for this year. You saw what it did.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned that the class of 24 that would kind of be the end of it with Relaford.
I mean, look, Terry Bussey's out there, Dom McKinley's out there. They're both committed to A&M. If we see any late offers pop up, sure. But we've already seen that with Woodland and Causey and a couple of other guys. So I would expect we're getting close to the end of it because, too, you've got to remember they're balancing. They've got 26 guys signed. Maybe you add another 2, or they will have 26 guys signed. You'll add another 1 or 2, that's 27, 28. You're stuck. You have to be at 85 by the time fall camp starts. So that means guys going pro, guys transferring in, and then who all you still have on the roster, do all that math, and you're close to 85. So I think that's why they stuck by this. We're taking under 10 transfers, trying to retain a lot of the roster, take 25 to 30 high school kids. That puts us at about 85. And they made an offer yesterday. Shout out Matty B, my boy at North Texas. We're at the Bengal Tiger, North Texas grad. Had to sit through a lot of bad football this year. In fact, for much of the year, LSU and North Texas statistically were the 2 worst defenses in college football.
Sweet.
So he was watching that every
Got to
Saturday.
see it twice.
Wow.
But on offense, they do have Justin Macklin, who was a 1,000-yard receiver and got offered by LSU yesterday out of the portal. He's got $1 billion. Like, when he tweeted that he got offered, I was like, nice, and I went and clicked out, and like every 15 minutes was an offer he was tweeting out. Right. So he's a big-time player, but it's clear to me that they're looking, knowing BT and Malik are gone, even if you get Kyron back, you would like to have that one receiver, and that has proven himself, a 1,000-yard guy already. I don't care what level. And I look at it in the same vein I look at, and I've said it before on the show, I've said it 1,000,000 times on my site and on my podcast, you beat Ole Miss if Trey Harris isn't on that team. Mm-hmm. That's a transfer that's Malik Neighbors' high school quarterback that went to La Tech. and you didn't want it. You didn't take him. You chased Keon Coleman around, who also, had Keon Coleman not been on that team, do you beat FSU? Right. It's closer. You beat Ole Miss if Trey Harris isn't on that team. And he single-handedly scored the winning touchdown and put up 200-something on him. So I think when people think, like, difference makers, like, can win a game, they just got a quarterback. It's like, look at some of these receivers who hit the portal from Louisiana that went to FSU and Ole Miss, the two teams you lost to.
Yeah.
And played a major role in it. So do you want a Macklin or someone else that's a big-time player like that to go to another school you're playing, and then they beat you, and you're like, well, damn, wish we would have gotten that guy?
That's a good point. I mean, especially with where they were from receiver and trying.
And I'm not knocking any young guys like Shelton Sampson, Jalen Brown. These guys can be great, but
I mean, you know,
if you're trying, and have y'all looked at next year's schedule?
Yeah,
it's brutal.
Yeah, I know.
So you're trying to take all the talent you can get and get Kyron Lacey to come back.
You think they're in the market for a quarterback?
Yeah, in my opinion, I think that you have to, because it allows you a buffer zone. Now, I understand the other ends of this argument. Look, whether it's bringing in competition for Nussmeier, whether it's bringing in someone that starts over Nussmeier, which then Nussmeier probably leaves, and then you're stuck back to your next guy up's Ricky Collins, or you don't take anyone and your next guy's up Ricky Collins. The next guy up is Ricky Collins, who has thrown 2 career passes. I think what I got to remind myself of, even when I say take a second quarter, you got to take another quarterback, insurance policy. Even if that guy's a backup to Nuss, in practice and camp, everything else, he has to get the number 2 reps.
Yeah.
So that pushes Ricky back to number 3 reps again. And that sort of slows his development. So I guess it also depends on what do they think of Ricky. Like, do you feel like, hey, if something happens to Nuss, we feel good about putting Ricky in? And that could be very well where they sit, but that's something for Joe Sloan and the staff to go over and monitor. And ultimately it's going to be Brian Kelly's call, but I think that's an intriguing debate. Do you want to stick with what you got? Do you want to bring someone in, but then that in turn maybe shakes things up with, Ricky, who now is still getting third-team reps and isn't able to kind of have more experience to grow his game. So I can see it from all angles.
How big was the show in Washington get?
Literally. Like 320 pounds.
Yeah, right.
Good. They need D tackles. Yeah. We know it. And again, we talked about Mason Smith and Mackay, but Jacobian Guillory, he's got eligibility left. I don't know what his plans are. And then you're down to guys like Fitzgerald West. Like Fitzgerald West could hit the transfer portal. Ty G. Hill. Bryce Langston's been on the team 5 years. He might be graduating.
Bryce Langston.
Still hasn't played.
Best D lineman on the team. Tell y'all about Bryce Langston.
Ogeron's guy.
Yeah. So
he's gonna be walking. He's gonna be rocking throwback.
I wonder there. I like the pickup of a DT. Wouldn't be surprised if they added another. Whether it was portal or something else that can help you out, because that's a spot where we've already seen too. Mason got hurt. Mackay got hurt. Like, the guys in the trenches can get hurt. God, they are so blessed that they went all year with 5 offensive linemen who never got hurt.
Wow. You're right.
That never happens. All year until they play Notre Dame in the bowl game, and then you really need them all.
Touchdown, Jesus.
All right, 1 to 10. If they played Notre Dame in the Outback Bowl, what's the excitement level?
It'd be awesome if they were taking the A team. You know what I mean? I'm.
Well, is Sam Hartman gonna? Same for Notre Dame.
I'm tuning in for entertainment now in today's.
Notre Dame LSU's entertainment, right?
It is on paper, but if Jaden Daniels isn't playing and Malik Neighbors isn't playing, and
well,
Brian Thomas
Sam Hartman might not be playing.
Then I don't know how interested I am. You know what I mean? I'd love to see what Shelton Sampson and the youngsters can do.
You don't think Malik Neighbors plays?
I think he plays until he gets the record.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I think he gets to 20.
I don't think anything's wrong with that.
Me either.
I think if you get out there and you get the second you hit 28 yards, you're off the field.
Take his helmet. I agree, and I support it. I hope he does do it. If my son had an opportunity to do it, I would tell him go get it.
And when Malik said, "Look, I'm playing in this other game," and he's played in every game. He said, "I've never left my team out to dry.
That's right.
I've played every year. I don't care who we're playing. I'm gonna be out there." Now I'll allow him the grace of if he gets that 25 yards. You're not giving up. You're not leaving us out to dry, son. Thank you.
I agree.
You can go stand over there and cheer for everybody
you
else.
saw how
did.
much it means to him to play for LSU in his last home game. You rarely see that much emotion from, no matter how much you love LSU, and people always say it they'll bleed purple gold, whatever. But you saw it viscerally with Malik Neighbors, where he was weeping, leaving his final game at LSU. I don't think that had anything to do with the record. I think that was just his time at LSU and how much it meant to him to play for LSU.
Did y'all see the video of Brian Kelly giving the game ball to Malik after the game, and Malik then addressed Kyron because Kyron was crying about he had the holding call that he didn't need to have.
Right.
That at that point wiped away what would have been both records. But when Brian Kelly gave him the game ball and said most catches in LSU history, and he turned to Malik and was like, "Yo, man, look, I know you wanted me to have that record. I'll still get it, whatever." I could see there was a look on Brian Kelly's face where he was like, does he know he broke the record? He didn't realize he was talking about another record that I'm still coming for. But, I mean, ultimate team player. Malik is a guy, too, that didn't play his senior year of high school.
Yeah, that's right.
And look at what he's done now.
That's right. I mean, when did he get didn't he get the LSU offer late?
Hey,
Mississippi State commit.
Flip from Mississippi State late. Flip from Mississippi State late. So, I shout out to him, shout out BT, who I had as my breakout player of the year. Head of the year, so kudos to me there. And now I'll be full disclosure. I had Savion Jones on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't live up to breakout player of the year.
It's Jordy's fault.
And I had Aaron Anderson on special teams, and I'm not even should have stuck with Greg. Should have stuck with Greg Clayton.
Yeah, my guy,
Javen Nicholas.
He wanted to break one.
Boy,
he's looking for it. He wants to break one.
Between him and was it Walmack that caught a.
Yeah,
the kickoff.
Deshaun Womack caught that opening kickoff last weekend.
Trying to take it to the house.
Are you hearing anything as far as buzz on those young players?
No, I don't. I don't like social media in that regard. If people are like, worried about. I mean, he could post a Christmas gift emoji, and they're like, "Yep, he just got the bag. He's out." Like, it's like. Come on, guys.
One more the linebacker class this year. Davhon Keys is in town this weekend.
Yes, I believe so.
Solid, right? I mean, he's had a really
he's a good player.
year.
Xavier Atkins is a hell of a player. Tylen Singleton's in town this weekend. He's a hell of a player. Kalaj Cobbins could be a linebacker edge. I mean, he's been unbelievable at Destrehan. I do like their linebacker class, and I like next year. I've always been, much like Damone Clark, and I'll prop myself up here for this. When everyone hated Damone Clark, I loved Damone Clark. And then he ends up being a great player.
Yeah.
Everyone hated Greg Penn. I loved Greg Penn. Mr. Reliable for you. Now 2 years in a row, he's been your starting linebacker. So he comes back. You got weeks. You got the other weeks. Then
the other weeks.
And then he's still young. But then you bring in this freshman class. You've got Braithwaite. Spates will be gone. I don't know if you need a transfer linebacker. I guess you see how you feel there, but I like their linebacker room. It's good. Solid.
This is crazy time right now for you. I mean, transfer portal, early signing period is about to get wild. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this lead up to, fortunately, a lot of the 24 class is done, so that's good. But some announcements from 25 kids coming up. But I think that coaching carousel and then the obvious transfer portal will be busy. And I run a message board. So every kid who hits the portal, some fan is like, are we going after them? I was like, they hit the portal like 2 minutes ago. Like, they bring these guys in on visits. They talk to them.
Shea, did you see who just went into the portal?
Yes.
Is LSU on them?
Already.
Offer? Evan Stewart?
Evan Stewart. You saw that fake thing? I love that the teams were Iowa and South Carolina.
We bit the bait.
Yeah.
I mean, we were like dog cussed at Evan Stewart like in one of the breaks. Like, what would he go to Iowa for?
It was Iowa and South Carolina, and I get the obviously Iowa joke, but I was like, damn, I feel for South Carolina that they got lumped into this like
caught
making
stray.
fun of.
Yeah, that's right.
Have to make it somewhat believable.
Are y'all going over under half a point first half Iowa?
First half Iowa over under half a point.
I would go under.
Isn't that insane?
I would go under. I mean, have you watched them play?
Yeah, I mean,
It is
that's
like
what you
watching
want to call
grass
it.
That's why I want it. Son, coach, my brother in Christ, they won like 10 games.
That's unreal.
I want to see, Notre Dame sounds great. I want to see LSU Iowa just so I can see what Vegas would put the over-under. Like, how do you schedule that?
How do you ugly versus ugly.
Yeah, there's no formula that you could put that into.
LSU's going to score 30.
That's sharpen the pencil.
One offense scores 50 a game, the other scores 10 a game. The one that scores 10 a game won more than the one that scores 50. How do you even...
One gives up 1,000 points a game, the other team doesn't score.
Those are my 2 bowl wishes. Notre Dame and Iowa.
I like those. Great.
Give me those.
Have a great weekend, buddy.
That's it? Anything else you got?
Somebody wanted me to ask you about Antonio Alfonso. Is that his name?
Oh, yeah, that was a fake commitment and a fake offer. A lot of his offers have been fake. I'm not even sure who's running his social media, if it's him or not, but y'all have to remember this is a kid who came out and was 1-2 overall with Stingley. And Stingley's about to retire from the NFL. He's been in it so long. And this is a kid who's just now trying to come back from JUCO after a couple JUCO stops. He's been at Lackawanna now, but trying to bounce back. God, a hell of a player, but it's just...
too much.
It's a lot, I don't know. Mental health's a real thing. And
it is.
Prayers up. And I hope he lands on his man. Kid's a hell of a player, but no, he's not committed to LSU. Doesn't have an offer.
Damn. Do I need to ask you anything else?
That's about... I think Harlan Berry went December 18th when he announces will be LSU, which would be massive. Staff change-wise, I'm in the camp that... Look, Brian Kelly's been head coach for 30-plus years, and his MO typically... We saw it last year with Polian. Polian didn't get fired before we saw the announcement that he took over as John Carroll's AD. I could see a lot, if you're expecting staff changes, that guys get other jobs. People are hating on the corners were not great. You didn't have much talent. All your transfers were out. It was just bad luck. But people are like, fire Robert Steeples yesterday. Robert Steeples was in the hospital delivering his child yesterday.
Right.
You're not doing, no. And I don't know what Brian Kelly wants to do, but he ain't getting fired when... Hey, Coach, I've got some bad reception. My wife's about to give labor, going into labor. Well, just want to let you know.
Step outside real quick.
Yeah, no. So I don't know what's going to happen on the defensive side. I really don't think they have any offensive changes. But defensively, if changes are to come, I think Brian Kelly's the type who, based off his track record, has allowed people to find other jobs while he lines up what might be that next step.
H-Town asks, Devin Sanchez, cornerback from North Shore High School?
Yeah, they're not really even in it anymore. He put him in his finalist, but he's not going to LSU. That's a no-go.
Anybody else coming in this weekend?
It's the main, only uncommitted is Relaford. The rest are commits. So it'd be Bernard Causey, the corner, Kyrie Lee, the offensive lineman, Tylen Singleton, the linebacker. Relaford makes 4. There's 2 more. 2 more commits. So
Davhon Keys?
Keys, I think. No, Keys was 2 weekends ago. He did it for before his playoff started. 2 more. I'd have to think of it. Not off the top
You going to any games this weekend?
I am. Well, I actually have
the video you got of the tight end.
Oh no! Someone sent that to me. Yeah. I credited them. Tradez.
That was incredible.
I think he's a basketball player, huh?
Not anymore.
Someone froze it, and he was above the other kid's complete head. He's absolutely freakish. So him and Pimpton playing tight end, flexing them out, 6'6" and a half. Both of them can catch.
Flanked by Shelton Sampson.
Well, now if you want to really get into the future, what if you've got Bryce Underwood at quarterback, Harlan Berry and James Simon at running back, Decorian Moore at receiver, and I'm just talking about these 25 classes, and then Teron Francis, Louisiana's best receiver on the other side. You've got nothing but great O-line recruiting. Brad Davis chopping it up every day for you. That's the offense will
big uglies.
The offense will continue to be pretty good.
Do you think House is coming back?
I have no idea. I really don't. Here's my only answer to when people ask me that. During his time at Notre Dame, he brought Diaco with him from Cincinnati to Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Diaco won the Broyles. Then he went, and I don't know what would the order have been, Clark Lee.
That's right.
Then it would have been Mike Elko.
Yep.
Or no, it was Van Gorder after Diaco. That would have been the one miss. Clark Lee, Mike Elko, Marcus Freeman, who he beat LSU out for. All these guys are head coaches now. So, like, if he's hired 5 defensive coordinators at Notre Dame, 4 of them were not massive hits, Broyles Award winners, all now head coaches. Diaco was head coach as well. Obviously, it didn't work out, but became a head coach. So I would have to think with 30-plus years in the business, he knows what he's looking for. So if he thinks that House is the issue, then he'll move on. If he thinks it's not, then he'll keep him. I can put my faith in a head coach who has been around 30-plus years with that win percentage and that track record of DCs for me to not push in my opinion. He knows more than me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm cool with whatever he's doing. Now, do I think there will be no staff changes on defense? No. Come on now. But I don't know on House. I think it's up to what Brian Kelly truly thinks is the issue.
Have a good weekend. Speaking of Stingley, I'm going to watch him play this weekend.
Are you?
Yeah.
Didn't he get like Rookie of the Week last week or something?
He's back-to-back interceptions.
That's what it was?
Yeah, he's had back-to-back game interceptions.
Is he going to get you a third?
Hope so. They play Denver.
Russell
Wilson.
Let him cook.
Winners of 6 straight.
Let him cook.
Always believe.
Yeah, that's right.
You can be like front row?
Sweet level. Sweet level.
So he can't throw it all the way up there to you.
Maybe.
I was hoping for a run up to you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I gift you something for the
NFL prime time.
For the room here.
And on the Brian Kelly front, like he's fired a defensive coordinator before at Notre Dame, Brian Van Gorder. I only know this because I watched the Showtime series, and that was 4 games into the season. So.
Yeah, and he put an interim, and then the interim did not stay.
Right. So I'm saying if he wanted
to,
he's not afraid to fire somebody in the middle of the year. That's what I'm saying. Like
I'm going to go back to this. He fired his best friend on the staff a year ago because special teams cost him games.
That's right.
If he feels you're costing them games, then
he's going to move on.
Yeah, he's too old for this.
There's no emotion in this.
He's not 38, and it's like, man, boy, I got my whole life ahead of me. He said it. This is the final stop on the Kelly train. This is it. So anything that affects on field, he's going to handle. I have full faith in that.
Have a great weekend, buddy.
Thanks, man. Y'all have a great weekend.
The Bengal Tiger.
You can stay.
On3.com. At Shea Dixon on Twitter.
Yeah, it's only $1 right now if you want to sign up.
Oh, sweet.
Get you through signing day.
He was at U-High last night, breaking the news on Keylan Moses.
Hey, that McKinley U-High game went down to the buzzer at 1 point.
Who won?
U-High. McKinley missed a shot at the end.
We'll talk to you Monday morning. Have a great weekend.
See y'all.
Later.
Hey, Chino. Put my headphones up, bro. Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. Yeah, you see the notification, we about to go live. We got all your favorite guests, we got them in line. It's the Jordy Culotta show, come have a good time. It's the hottest show around, we ain't gotta flex. Call up G, we get it done, we earning our respect. Tell recruits to let us in, where they going next. Throw up the L's, now we lit, band playing Nick. From the boot to the east to the west coast. No matter where we at, we live, mic'd up for show. Open up the phone lines, come and join the show. Make sure you tell your friends about Jordy Culotta show. Yeah, Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. Yeah, you see the notification, we about to go live. We got all your favorite guests, we got them in line. It's the Jordy Culotta show, come have a good time. Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. Yeah, you see the notification, we about to go live. We got all your favorite guests, we got them in line.